Welcome back. Last session, the Wasp-bound dam steadied their course. At midday, Irina was freed, bathed, and settled inside his cabin, but calm quickly gave way to confession. Desmond, mind muddled by whispers and temptation, approached Azric with Terhuk at his side and admitted he meant to seek whoever was calling him in his dreams. Though he was not cast overboard. Instead, he agreed to be contained. In a quiet act of trust, Desmond surrendered his hidden lockpicks by the handful and walked into the brig on his own terms. Meanwhile, Azric addressed the crew, stating, "Don't fuck with Desmond's stuff, go talk to him, get a feel for what he's going through, and be supportive." And so rotations began. Terhuk watched over Desmond, and in a rare unguarded talk, the doctor bared the grim ledger of his past and his fear of losing control. Terhuk answered with steadiness and a promise to stand between him and whatever fall may come. Brannick, standing there watching this conversation awkwardly, quickly left, made his way after securing the hidden hold, and went about gathering everybody. Before being told that he could choose dinner, there was an argument about fish being basically a vegetable, while Zyla, the stowaway stoat, returned the pendant, though Darian got a sharp bite for it. And as night fell, it brought an unnatural hush. The wind died in an instant. Pearl gray mist rose from the sea itself, shot through with pale blue glows far below. As the ship, guided by Azric's hand, slipped through the fog and found wind again. Later, a cold shadow fell closer to home as Sai and Darian were slammed into Irina's night terrors, stone, rain, rough hands, and the certainty that someone meant to kill her. Shaken but steady, they comforted the girl and probed her trinkets. Darian's magic felt a protective pulse in her necklace and a restrained, unsettling hum in her blade charm bracelet. Gifts from her father that refused to fully allow Darian to gain too much information on them. In a later close quarters, Sai tried to teach Desmond to still his mind. He tried bribing divinity instead, only for Zyla to make off with a coin or two. But as he finally focused on what truly mattered to him, he slipped sideways into a vaulted hall woven of gold and desire. There he bargained with a golden aeon, offering the only wealth that mattered, his hunger, his promise to keep the count as he has his entire life, surrendering the cursed blade and cloak in exchange for a little bit subtler tools and a tether on his appetite, waking in the brig to find the sword and the coat gone, and in their place laying a black and gold ledger, 2 rings. The ship drew ever closer to Al-Hajjad, where more answers and more prices awaited. So, as the sun begins to rise, you see Al-Hajjad in the far distance on the horizon, its golden domed buildings cresting the skies, the red sandstone arches separating the docks and the slums from the interior of the city. Greeted with a nice breakfast from Sarah of a kind of twist on a different recipe, a breakfast form of this corn dish. She calls it elote. Very creamy and kind of a zesty way to wake up in the morning. So, what is everybody doing today? As you guys are
I'm locked up.
about half a day's away from docking at Al-Hajjad.
At this point, I would most likely be handing things over to Brannick to go check on our locked up fellow.
Okay.
I'm doing time.
Doing time. Teleportation.
That was your one use for the day, but okay, crazy.
Desmond? Did your
Ah.
god finally answer you? Or are you still talking to the wards in there?
Oh, finally, someone's here. Maybe I can get another blanket. With my coat and gone, it's been a bit colder in here.
I'm gonna open the door to the cell. You do realize they never locked this, right?
Huh. I'm just so used to everything being locked. And without my picks, I didn't even bother trying.
Well, I suppose the curses are gone, and your coat is.
Eh, more or less. You notice now that my coat and sword is both gone. As he opens up like his coat to just show that it's gone. Though you do, I don't know. I don't know if you see it actually. I won't say nothing.
Perception check?
Sure. Roll a perception check. The 13. Roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay,
Desmond?
I guess.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna be his sleight of hand.
Natural 20.
I don't know shit.
Well, it's good to be out of there.
Yes. You probably at least get another meal here today. We should probably let everybody else know that you're fine now.
Yes, as though I'm rather concerned. Why did everyone leave me? I thought you specifically told them not to leave me.
We all know how they are, sidetracked.
Yes, but I got rather bored.
Seems like leaving you alone was most likely the best thing to do in this situation, actually.
I
Maybe
admit.
having the others around was keeping you from talking to whoever you needed to talk to.
That's true. Sai kept trying to tell me to think of fruits. I don't know, that shit was dumb. So I just kind of thought of gold and it worked.
Fruit.
Yes, fruits. Mind you, she just sat there going on and on about apples and fish or whatever she had at the moment, saying that greed is bad or don't think of your money, Desmond. Don't think of this, Desmond. You're not doing this right, Desmond.
I'm
Don't ever
gonna
try to do meditation with her.
rest a hand on Desmond's shoulders. Desmond, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not much of a religious man. But I do not think there are any fruit-based gods.
That's what I said. And you know what she said?
What?
Lord Day.
All about the corn with her.
It is indeed all about the corn.
Corn of fruit.
Corn of the cob.
I think she might be losing it.
How far are we from the port, Captain?
We should be about a half day's journey out.
Oh, good. That gives me time to try and get back to being used to the. Oh God, it's bright up here.
There's no windows in the bottom of the ship. Tahuk? Our doctor's regained consciousness at least.
Consciousness and sense of control of my senses. Thanks again, Truk.
Well, Desmond, I'm glad to see you're back and about.
Better than ever.
Well, did you succeed in, well, did Sai successfully teach you how to contact the goddess? Or the gods?
I'm going to interrupt here. Tahuk, before that, I have a question. You're a religious man. Are there any fruit-based gods?
Not
Roll a
that I am.
religion check.
Oh no, he's gonna say yes. Okay, let me.
Now, Azric started off this conversation with, I'm not a holy man. Tahuk's not really that much of a holy man.
Nope, he's not. That's true. Let's see. There is a fruit god.
There is. You're telling me that it wasn't just. You know, maybe I should have listened to her a bit more. But oh my god, if I had communed with the fruit god and yelled from the top of my lungs, "Stop villains!" or I don't know, what kind of fruit pun can I make, Captain?
Fruit pun.
Fruit pun. Well,
You're one bad choice away from a real peril?
Pickle? That's not fruit.
Peril.
Hmm.
Pear is a fruit though.
Oh, pear. I
Uh,
gotcha.
Yes,
Uh,
so I'll just be glad that we're not following fruit gods.
well, that would be very interesting if it was. But oh, Azik, I forgot to mention something very, very important. Since we are on our way to Al Hajjad, I did receive a message from my order a few days back. And they mentioned that the politics in Al Hajjad have become dangerous and in turmoil, so to speak. I was told to trust sparingly and be ready to vanish at a moment's notice in case something horrible is happening. So, just letting you know that something is probably amiss in Al Hajjad, so we must be very, very careful.
And we're already in a bad situation.
Indeed. Which
Don't know.
doesn't give us much options to avoid Al Hajjad, but just letting you know.
Well, we'll at least be docking in the less savory part of town. So, hopefully the politics haven't gone that far. However, we should definitely mind ourselves leaving the ship. If we go out, I'd say it most likely shouldn't be you, or Desmond, being the two most around Al Hajjad. Unless, well, you guys also would know the back streets, I guess. Oh, we are
I would
indeed in a real problem here.
Well, I was going to suggest, Azarik, that if need be, at least for the first day, while you gather information on the area, I could be the one to take care of the sheep. That way, you could let me know how things changed, and if it doesn't seem to be that problematic, I can be out and about to help with other things.
And I
Once we
would
get
like to
further
get off the
information.
ship as well. There's some people I'd like to try and track down. If anything, I can use some gold. I'm feeling rather light right now, and I think I can remember a few people who might owe me something.
Well, we should probably make plans accordingly. I'll start thinking about everybody's duties as we go through this. We'll most likely have to, reprovision the ship just a little. Then we've got our residential stowaway that we must deal with in some way, shape, or form. Still questioning whether we should just leave her to Al Hajjad at this point. Kind of leaning against the rail up here. Oh, we always seem to find ourselves in the worst of situations, my friends.
Well, we could be without a ship, or it could be storming. Things could always be worse.
Yes, tempt fates like that
Suddenly, a
too.
nightmare.
As we have to roll for weather.
Well, we should probably gather up the crew, start making plans, decisions here. Don't know if we should exactly talk about Irina in front of her, but we should at least come up with something that we could do there. I'd rather not be dragging her all the way across the ocean even further. Well, Tahuk, Desmond, do you happen to know of anybody in Al Hajjad that would be able to take her off our hands? Most likely
Depends.
Tahuk. I'm not looking to sell her into slavery.
I never said anything about slavery, Captain. I was gonna ask if you had any qualms over the quality of life.
I mean, I don't want her to exactly be poorly off. Would hate for her to grow old with a sour taste in her mouth about us, hunt us down in her later years. Wouldn't exactly be favorable.
Well, I could always ask my order and see if they could be willing to take her in. I mean, they did take a scoundrel like me in. I have sure have no qualms in doing so.
That's actually a good idea, Tuhuk.
Well, it's just, I just felt that I think Darius would be a very good. Um, well, I'll need to ask him first, but he'll be the one I trust. I trust the
Alright.
most in my
So,
order.
as per the last message, your order has sent all of the people not aligned with the current leader
Yep.
off to distant lands. So your order is actually
Yeah.
not great right now.
Yep. But if it's between that or whatever Desmond's deciding, Terhook thinks that's the worst deal. Least amount of people. But Terhook then looks at
Always
Atheric.
drop
But
her off at an
what-
orphanage.
Would she be
There
able
any-
to live her life the way she wants?
Is there any more upstanding orphanages in Al-Hajan? Something that we could even drop a little coin at if need be to give her a better life?
Would we know this information, DM?
If you knew, like, there's orphanages that you know about. Like, you know some
Need scammed.
people who you could drop her off with. You're not going to guarantee a quality of life for her, but
Right, I'm not. And I'm also not going to guarantee that they're not going to sell her into slavery. Because they probably would, let's be honest.
yeah, it's a pretty fucked up place.
No
Yes.
real choices on my end, unless you wish to drop her off in the middle of the slums. Just give it all. I'll go be right back. I'm going to go to the markets trick.
Not exactly favorable either. Oh. We always find ourselves in the worst predicaments.
What about we take her along until we find an opportunity that will give her the best opportunity, if you know what I mean.
Right, I could always leave her in Hizachi, but that'd be worse. Always
Well, at
jump
least you
over.
know a
to-
guy in Huzachi.
He knows good.
She would be at least taken care of with my acquaintance there. Or plan to head over towards the Indrid Archipelago, etc. from there, so
Well, there. Oh, sorry.
she'd be with us for
something
months at that
just-
point.
Well, I'm not sure about this possible option, since I haven't spoken with them in a while, but my original family are about. They don't even know that I am alive, but they are very, very good people. I could probably ask them and see if they could take care of her. Though
Ah, yes. Mom, Dad, hi, I'm alive. By the way, here, take this girl. Bye.
that's why I didn't want to bring it up, but it is an option.
No sense digging up the past when we're already short on time.
I understand, but well, if you ever need that, I could probably find a way to do that.
We'll think more about it. We still got half a day. Till then, make sure we at least get things prepared. We should probably at least make one more run through the ship to make sure there's nothing that's gonna get us caught. Now, we was in a little bit of a hurry before. From there, we should probably get with Sai and Darian. See if there's anything more that they can think of. Salarian's always got the circus that he ran away from, but judging that he was running away, I'm guessing that that's probably not the best place for her either. At this point, we should just assume that she's going with us, but if we think of something before now and then, we can figure it out.
I guess that's the only option we have currently.
Let's make sure to let the others know that we're a half day out. I want everybody to look alive while we're pulling into port. I don't want any mishaps to draw any more attention than we already will. We're going to be a fairly decent ship pulling into the slums at this point. That, and we still got to talk our way through the papers and everything else when we make port. We're going to have to re-register the ship. Too much to do, too little time. I'm gonna head into my quarters, see if there's anything in there that can get us out of this fucking travesty.
All right, Captain. I will be around. Speaking of which, Desmond, what did happen when you finally communicated with your god?
No, nothing much. I was chided over the fact that I only offered, 14 gold for not learning how to meditate. Aside from that, just offered to patron me in exchange for the cursed items. Apparently they were interesting or something. I don't know. Honestly, I was just glad there was a god that was willing to talk to me on my own level. Any other god, I would have been expected to kneel, I assume. This one just kind of pulled up a table and seats and we sat there.
Makes sense. Well, as long as you know what you're doing, I shall trust you. Doesn't?
Know what I'm doing. Yes, this is my first foray into religion, and you expect me to know what I'm doing.
Hey, I do. You're very cute when it comes to analyzing situation, Desmond. You don't really like losing hands. So if there's
Fair
something
point.
to lose, you will catch on to it very quickly. And that's what I'm counting on.
Doesn't just nod. Alright, let's go see if I can't get to breakfast, because unfortunately no one brought me any.
Oh. My bad.
Okay. So, shifting from that, Sai, are you doing anything with Isadira? Not Isadira.
Irina?
Irina? Now, there's more I names.
Am I doing anything with myself? Yes, I'm taking a fucking nap.
Are you doing anything with Irina?
Is she awake?
She is awake. She's currently reading one of the books that you have. Side table.
Please tell me it's not the bird book.
It's the fanfiction book.
It's a book. She is very in-depth reading, and like with a kind of like confused look, this parchment packet of papers, and you recognize the handwriting. This is Terhook's Sonic OC fanfic that he's been working on.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's very detailed, okay?
Everyone also knows, is well aware that Sonic is a very well-known Velgaran Quillen man, who stopped this basically evil wizard known as Egbert from destroying an entire city. There's plays about him and stuff.
Yeah, Darian would be familiar.
Yeah, it was him and a Kozakin fox folk Velgarin named Tails. Tails known for his uncanny boots enchanted with light. Veth'Arden allowed him to fly around.
We all be passing away.
This book is weird.
She's going to reach over. May I?
Yeah, of course.
And Sally is going to thumb through. Oh dear. Yeah, this was written by Tirhuk.
He's not very good at grammar.
No, he isn't. Feel that's that paladin education for you.
Public schooling, am I right?
Something or other. So I was going to put it back to the edge of her desk. I wonder how it got here. He must have left it. Anyway, how are you feeling, my dear?
I'm feeling better. You think I could go out on deck this morning?
You were promised and you did rest, so I would say yes. Would you like to have breakfast on the deck?
Oh, do you think we'll see any whales?
We might. I'm not sure how close to the coast we are. Was whale watching something you did with your papa?
No, I just heard that whales were see one.
Well, we haven't seen any whales, but every day hasn't been exactly good weather, but we did see a pod of dolphins, so that was nice. Weep. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Sai.
Is that Al-Hajjad in the distance?
It is?
Also, the layout of the ship's deck seems to make more sense now, but it's definitely different than it was before.
Yeah. Totally.
That's a weird anachronism. Anyway.
That's that private school education for you.
Also,
What are you teaching us,
you
Sai?
went to private school, Si. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, Sai. Miss Princess daughter.
Hush, daddy.
Oh, man. So, how long until we get there, then? If we can see it on the horizon.
I'm not entirely sure. I would have to ask the captain.
Where's the captain at?
Where the hose are.
Investigating his chambers.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Yep.
I'm not sure.
He's going deep.
Hey, Hook. That's your name, right?
That is my name, yes. Nice to meet you.
Did- How?
I read your book and I have some notes.
Oh, my. And Taruk's just going to be like. Stop at himself or what?
I'm gonna come knock on
Oh.
the captain's door.
Sai, how did you.
You left it on my stand, and she picked it up when I was cleaning it. You stay here with Tuhuk for a moment. I need to meet with the captain.
Taruk dies inside. He only takes 5 second damage.
Taruk, can you say that she gets some breakfast, please?
Alright,
Hey.
will do.
I'd like to roll my investigation check before I answer Sai, because it's going to change my answer depending on what I find.
Okay, are you looking for anything in specific?
Excuse me, sorry. Anything that like definitely stands out as why is this here? But I'm looking in particular for. It's like, sorry. I'm looking for anything that would be like papers on the ship, anything that could get us to slide by the dock a little bit easier and out of the fucking mess we're about to get into.
Okay. So 19 is good. When you were first investigating the captain's quarters, you did come across most of the formal documentation, including the deed. There's a trade token for the vessel that is used to like allow the vessel to pass through into areas that normally like passenger vessels wouldn't be able to. So you do have the Golden Ledger's trade token and its writs of ownership and everything. They don't have your name on them, but you do have them.
Anything else that really stands out?
I mean, you threw a bunch of stuff off the fucking ship
Yeah, we did.
because you didn't want anything with the
Any cargo.
there was additional stuff too, but it's fine. Let me pull it up here. Oh wait, can I? There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, so you have a golden ledger, like a logbook for the golden ledger that basically contains notes referencing all of the ports in which it was docking at, materials that it was picking up. You also have away the blank
Did throw those away.
Yeah, I mean, other than the deed and that journal or that logbook, there isn't much else in here. There's historical records on the bookshelves just of basically everything that this ship has hauled since it was commissioned by the Basra Trading Company. There is a writ of delivery for some items at their last point of docking, which was Zarog. Yeah, which was Zarog. And that is is about it, as far as things of value in here, that would lend them to your current questioning?
Most likely poorly. All right. You can continue, Sai.
Knock it here, knock, knock.
Come in.
Morning, Captain.
Thanks, Sai.
Some development with Irina.
Yes.
And Sai's going to tell the captain about everything that happened with her, her jewelry and what happened to her and Darian.
Well, suppose when things are bad, they can always get worse. What do you suppose we do about this?
I'm unsure, but I'm wondering if it's not pertinent to find someone more adept with magics than myself or Darian even, because something is going on with her, and even put in some sort of stasis, she hasn't aged whatever. She's been completely frozen in time. And then another awkward thing is, I'm not sure if it was inference, but it seemed a bit like the girl recognized the horizon of Al-Hajjad. But again, it could be inference. I'm not sure if anyone told her that's where we were going.
I feel
She
like
was
we
told-
mentioned.
She was told multiple times yesterday that you guys were going to Al-Hajjad. She even asked you if
Okay.
you guys would be able to find her father there.
Okay. I didn't know if we named the city.
This
Go ahead.
situation has gone from bad to worse, just consistently at this point.
What else has happened?
Well, Desmond's made a deal with the god.
No.
I've learned today that there's fruit-based gods, which isn't exactly bad, but it's definitely perplexing.
Fruit based? She's gonna shake her head.
Tahuk says that the Order contacted him and said Al-Hajjad is in utter chaos right now. We were already planning on docking in the slums due to a, compromised vessel, so to speak. But with the city in political chaos, according to the message, it doesn't exactly sound like anything is going to be favorable over the next few days. I'd hate to also cast the issue with Irina into this, but I will say that if I was any worse of a man, she would be already being thrown overboard at this point. Considering she's doing, damage unknowingly, I guess is the way to put it.
Okay.
And she's cursed, is what it appears like. At least she's
I
not a
would-
vampire, I guess. But
Given the visions that she gave Darian and myself, there is something that has happened with that small child.
I mean, she was locked in a coffin, Sai. I think we already knew something has happened with that small child.
Yes, I mean, in her past, not necessarily that she had current curse. That much is obvious. But things we can do something about aside.
Throw her overboard,
have-
land in the slums, send everybody into. No, I'm kidding.
Do we have paperwork on this vessel? Do we have
Uh,
anything that legitimizes it?
We do have it legitimately called the Golden Ledger, but it is a Bossera trading company vessel, and we are a band of pirates. They will instantly think that we killed the entire crew and stole the ship, which, we did technically. Actually, I'll refrain that. We didn't kill them, they were already dead, but we did kill the undead portion of the crew, and we did indeed steal the ship. So, they will be mostly correct, I guess.
I hope we
But,
should have saved one or two of them for evidence sake.
I wonder if Desmond is any good at forgeries.
I was going to
Maybe.
suggest that.
maybe he could forge a writ of passage or something, maybe even a deed itself for the ship. Judging that we do have the current deed, I mean, wouldn't be much to call it the Black Waltz and put it under my name. I mean, we do have the deed for the old ship. Maybe it would be easier to rewrite it to say that it's a bigger ship than what it was. We've got options at least there. Still, if anybody recognizes the ship, it's going to cause question, but I mean, if we've got to burn the town and run away, I guess we can. It's
We are
already in
pirates
political
after all.
chaos. We all pirates after all.
Well,
I will
forgery
say,
shouldn't be that complicated necessarily, but we do still need to make a manifest.
yes. And I suppose burning Al Hajjad would get all of Granheim after us, and not in the good way either. What I am thinking of, so Desmond already wants to go into town. I'm thinking of sending him with Darian. They can venture to a tavern at the very least, maybe pick up a little tales. Tahuk is going to be staying aboard the ship to help with repairs. Brannick will be staying with him. Sarah will most likely be going into town for provisions. She's the one in tune with the kitchen,
Aye.
and most in tune with what supplies we currently have, most likely. That leaves me and you. We should probably not leave Desmond and Darian alone, to be honest. But I'd rather also not completely split up.
I will take some time to create a guise so that way I'll be less recognizable. I know there's not much I can do about my eyes, but there might be something I can do about the rest of me.
At this point, I don't even know if it's worth it, Sai. How long all of Granheim's going to know about us?
Aye, but they do not know me as I am back home, and I'm afraid that if it's in political chaos and I'm discovered to be a political figure, even in any kind of minor capacity, it might be a problem.
True, but do you really think anybody is going to recognize you as a princess all the way in Al Hajjad?
I hope not, but I have been recognized once before.
True. We should get everybody together. We have to plan things out at this point.
Aye,
And with
should
the-
we leave Irina with Sarah? I don't think we want her in on the planning if we have...
Definitely
Uh,
not.
Aye.
I'd probably station them up in your room. We know how Sarah gets with her kitchen, and I don't know if she'd be fine with Irina being in there.
Aye.
We could confirm that first. I mean, Sarah is most likely cooking after all. Maybe Irina can give her a hand and Sarah won't bite it off.
Sarah seemed fine when she was watching her before, when I had to, orchestrate the, Darian Turhuk Desmond issue.
Alright. Brannick's got the helm, so let's gather everybody else up and stick Irina with Sarah.
I copy.
Let's bring everybody else in here once they're done. We can plan from here.
She suddenly teleports. Whoop.
I mean, the door's right here.
I know. I'm telling you.
That was the long conversation. Is Irina eating breakfast with Turhuk and Desmond?
I'm assuming so, yes.
Yes, well, technically she is, eating breakfast in a boat, on a boat, with her
On a
feet
boat.
hanging off the side. Very kind of precarious, like, if somebody wanted to push her off, this would be the time to do it.
Well, Desmond would be over there also talking to her, checking up on how she's feeling and such.
I will let you
She's
guys
just over.
RP that out before I come over.
The hook just could be watching.
So, is there any after effects that I should be aware of?
It's not confirmed, but it was discussed that maybe I have superpowers and I can possibly fly.
That's a good turnout for you, young one. If you have superpowers, then maybe we can put you to good use around the ship. Maybe you have powers to get all this blood out from the wood. Darian never did.
Well, don't tell anyone, but I can talk to weasels.
Weasels?
Yeah,
You mean like the one that's running around?
yeah. I can talk to them.
Can you tell him to stay away from Sarah's kitchen? She keeps threatening to cook it.
I can try whenever I see him next.
I appreciate it. Well, feel free to reach out to me if you ever feel like you need anything else. Honestly, you're a very interesting case. Never seen someone locked inside of a coffin for that long. And you don't seem overtly malnourished. So that's a plus.
I'm just glad I'm not an old lady. That would suck.
Yeah, look at Charuk over there. Old.
Hook's an old lady?
No,
He is
I'm
indeed
not.
an old lady.
He hides it well.
No, I'm not. I'll
Indeed, he
take that as a
does.
compliment.
Oh, look, Sai's out of the captain's room.
Oh, sorry. You're back.
Hi, we're going to have an all hands meeting. Irina, would you please accompany me to go and have Sarah sit with you so you're not alone?
I don't count in the all hands?
Oh, you're not a crewmate yet.
Oh, I thought we were friends.
We are
Oof.
friends, but this is a work thing, not a friend thing.
I can work. I can mop up the blood out of the wood. Desmond says I can do it.
Well,
And he's a doctor.
well, Sarah can assist you with that. Because again, her work is kind of separate from the other things that we do.
You know, that's a good point, young one. If you mop up the blood, I can pay you for your time. I assume you don't have much cash on you.
Sai's going to go and get Sarah while Desmond's bribing the child.
I
Jeez.
I just have these, and she reaches into her dress. There's like a small coin that hang from it, and she pulls out. Desmond, can you roll a history check with advantage because it's money?
She pulls out
Of
some
course I
fucking
can.
money.
With advantage, you say, huh?
Yep.
Since it's awesome, that can I give myself guidance since it's money?
Sure.
Heck yeah! I'll also roll a d4 on top of that. History, and I'll do my /R1d4. So, do I know what it is?
Yeah, she pulls out what looks like she has a pouch with 10 Severin coins in them. So Severin coins are platinum coins that are about 2 inches in diameter. They're pretty thick, and then they have these like almost like opal settings in the eyes of the figure on the front, which is the matriarch of the Valthanis kingdom before they fell 450 years ago. So equivalency, these 10 coins would probably be worth about 6,000 gold pieces. These are all I have. My dad told me that I could use them if I got into trouble and needed to pay somebody to help me get out of it. Or if I needed to buy food or anything.
Oh, don't. You nearly gave me a heart attack. I've never seen those in person. Put them away. Put them away now. Those are
Right?
very valuable.
Assessment. The
True.
truth recognize those.
Taruk, she needs to be given the VIP treatment.
Taruk, roll a history check, but not with advantage because you, you
I have
don't
no
care
idea.
about
Like,
his
he's a
money
paladin.
nearly as much as Desmond does.
Yeah, Tarek doesn't care about money.
14. You probably don't recognize these. They're big platinum coins, they look like.
Okay, so they seem like expensive.
Yeah. I mean, the platinum is worth, 10 gold. So these are, your normal platinum is maybe like half an inch in diameter, and these are 2 inches in diameter.
But it does seem rather expensive. Is that why you're so flustered, Daria? Oh, Desmond?
If only it was expensive. She has enough money to probably buy this boat several times over, Taruk.
Wait, I can buy a boat?
Indeed you can.
That would be cool.
You know, you can probably buy a very nice boat. Just think about it. All the cannons on the side. Very long. The crew you make for yourself. I don't know, maybe you can even go over and convince the captain to hire the crew here yourself.
Oh, and then I could be the captain.
You know, I like that ambition of yours.
That's
Maybe
a good
then
idea.
you could be
She
the
jumps
captain.
off the boat
Uh,
as you hear her knocking
what?
on your door.
You mean the
Oh,
dinghy?
what have you done?
Just come with me, Taruk. This needs to be known now.
Okay. Oh boy.
Do you answer,
Man.
Hazrick? Captain, I'd like to have a conversation with you, if possible.
Conversation with me.
It has come to my understanding that I am very wealthy, and I would like to buy your ship and your crew and be the captain.
Oh, I have one issue with this, Irina. The ship and the crew aren't for sale.
But Desmond said I could buy the ship and the crew.
I said you can try.
Desmond may have been correct that you have the money to buy the ship and the crew. The ship and the crew not being for sale puts you in a wee bit of a predicament. However, if you would like, you could possibly put forth some money to buy your time here on the ship. And maybe one day you will become the captain, because who knows, I may die tomorrow.
That would be sad. Don't do that.
It would be, but the ship would still need a captain at that point, and if you're the next in line...
But yes, Captain. We should not let her off the boat alone, at least. The amount of wealth she's carrying is something I've not seen in my own hands. I've only know of it because I used to dream of having that type of wealth. The coin she has is a very rare and almost relic level of coinage. Well over 6,000 gold pieces.
That changes things, possibly. Rena, I have a favor to ask of you.
Alright.
Would you go get with Sarah and have her help you pick out some new clothes before we get to Al Hajjad? There's nothing wrong with your current one. They're quite amazing, actually, but it would definitely draw suspicion from the town that we're going to. And Sarah would know where any clothes on board would most likely be to help you get, a little bit more well acquainted so people don't, assume that you're wealthy. We wouldn't want you getting attacked by somebody while we're there.
Okay.
We will protect you regardless, but we'd rather not have a fight on our hands if we can avoid one. You know how it goes.
Everything's bad.
Indeed.
Okay.
But it's good for business.
Guys.
Desmond's gonna walk up after she leaves. So, Captain, that's a lot of gold.
Yes, and it might just be one of our tickets out of here.
We're in the middle of the ocean. We could just.
Was worse of a man, Desmond. I would agree with you. But if she happens to lose part of it, does she actually know how much she has? Because we might need one of those coins to buy this ship at the docks.
My fingers are rather slippery, or sticky.
Still
Are you
trying to
gonna
come up with a
pickpocket
plan to
the-
get us out of here. Yes, I'm trying to pickpocket the girl, Tahook. We're in a predicament, sir. Unless you have better plans.
Well, she is close to Sai. Perhaps I could just ask her. They seem to be friends.
That is true.
Where the hell is Darian?
Darian has been kidnapped.
He's in the bath. You wouldn't know that, though. Haha!
Yeah, I'm currently looking all over him for him in the ship.
Oh.
You'd see the door to his room slightly ajar.
Wait, Captain. Don't make a move.
Darian.
Filthy weasels behind you.
Desmond, leave them alone.
Darian.
I'm gonna kind of
Hello?
look over my shoulder. Have you actually met them before?
Met who?
Silo.
Lila, the admonisher of scraps.
We named it?
Always had a name. What do you? I'm not just going around naming animals.
Yes, and I've been locked in the brig for the last few days. What did I miss?
I don't even know if anybody else knows its name. What do you mean?
How do you know its name, Captain? Unless you
Not important
got
right
the...
now, Desmond. Point being, the stout is protected. She's fine in the captain's quarters. Do not worry.
It's a... s-
Mind
Okay.
back on the task, Desmond. We're getting ready to go into a port that's very dangerous here, and you're worried about a stout.
It stole gold from me. Of course I'd be worried.
If you left it out, she most likely saw it as a scrap.
If you say, Captain... So we're waiting here to have a meeting or something?
Think Sai
Yes. I'd like for everybody to be here, and judging by it just being you two, I'm going to guess I can't find Darian.
Maybe he's finally taken a bath. Lord knows he needs it.
I mean, he most likely still had blood in his fur.
Yes, and all over the deck.
But I guess we could at least come up with part of the plan here. I mean, not everybody needs to be involved in all of it. Tahook, first up, your orders are going to be close to the same as Arena's. You need to cover up. I want you to look, I don't know, like deck labor. Not a man someone remembers is the most important thing. Being that the city's in turmoil, and your orders flocked away. If somebody sees you, it's most likely going to be one of the easiest ways to get us into trouble. And then Desmond, well, I've got you here. You don't happen to have a knack for forgery, do you? We have the deed to the Black Waltz, but we also have the deed to the Golden Ledger. I don't know which one would be easy to change, but if we could change one to make this ship look like ours, it'd probably be the easiest.
Let me take a look at both of them quickly. I've done some forgeries. Let's see if I can work some magic on this. Though, it may cost you, Captain.
going to cost me. You do realize that all of our lives at stake right now, right?
No, 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 no. What I'm saying is, it's going to cost you.
Well,
As in, these papers are probably not going to survive this.
probably not going to survive this. What do you mean?
Oh, just wait and see. It's going to be a great time, Captain.
That's fine. I'm gonna hand the papers over to Desmond. After all, even without them, they're going to be just the same problem. Because either we've got a stolen ship, or we've got a deed for a ship that doesn't actually exist anymore. So, either way, we're fucked, right?
Indeed. How familiar or how hard does it look to be able to change these papers at the moment?
I guess like so every ship deed that is recognized at whatever port it is sold at has 3 primary stamps on it. It has the shipwright stamp, it has the seller stamp, and then it has the stamp of the company or individual that brought it, that purchased it. So you guys don't have, like, when it comes to like personal purchase, you wouldn't have necessarily a stamp. It would be more of a signature kind of thing. But there are 3 stamps on this deed. One from the port it was actually built at, one from the actual seller of the ship, and then one from the Basra trading company showing right of purchase. So replicating those stamps is going to be the hardest part. The rest of it is just ink on parchment.
What about the one from the
Honestly-
Black Waltz? Could it be modified to show that it's a bigger ship or a different ship?
Yeah, so the one from the Black Waltz has the 2 stamps that it would need, the shipwright and the seller's stamp, and then has your signature, Azric, because Alfie Quick just has a bunch of fake stamps, stolen stamps. But the biggest thing would be changing it from a caravel class to, I think this is a brigantine. Let me. So, like, if you were able to replace the size of the ship on the original documentation, it might fly under the radar.
And what kind of paper is it on?
It's just on like a thick parchment.
So it is parchment then.
Yeah.
1 second. Trying to remember. I haven't used parchment in a very long time. So interesting. So how easily would it be to heat up the paper to the point where it's not gonna like burn, but I'll be able to like mess or smudge like the inking, or like be able to get it off like some kind of oil or something.
All right, so mercantile Karak, not a brigantine, but still a much larger ship than the caravel that you guys were on. So you're asking if Desmond knows the level of heat that he would have to apply to the paper to make the ink pliable and able to remove it?
Yes.
Is question, does Darian have proficiency in forgery tools, which are a thing?
I mean, Desmond?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay,
I don't remember
then
taking forgery
roll
tools.
roll a just roll a history check.
Take off advantage. All right, don't fail me today. God damn it.
9. You're not sure. Spotting a forgery, you can do. Making a forgery is a thing in and of itself. You've read books on it, and you've seen people try to pass forged documents. You've had to be able to keep an eye on it. People pay you in many different forms. Some pay you in trade writs, some in deeds to some sort of property that you can resell or anything like that. So being able to spot a forgery, Desmond definitely has an edge on that. But the intricacies of actually performing a high-end forgery are kind of lost on you. Not that you couldn't try. Like I said, you've read about the techniques and stuff, so you could definitely try. But just keep in mind that Desmond is not a master forger.
Captain, I'm gonna practice on the other one, the one for this ship. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can get this right, and this one's the one that's not really worth it as much. So let's see if I can do it.
Well, I mean, like I said, worst comes to worst, it's gonna be us trying to talk our way through it. And then, I mean, we'll see what comes out of it, I guess.
And Desmond's going to get it kind of ready, and as he's doing so, he would really like try to focus in on it. Yeah, okay. At this point, yeah, I'm gonna give it a try on the other one, not the Black Waltz one, but the one for the Golden Ledger, just to try to see if I can get the technique down.
You don't want to just grab a blank piece of parchment and write on it and test it on something that.
Do we have parchment?
Yes, there's blank parchment.
Yeah, I'll
There's
do
plenty
that
of
then.
parchment in here.
Let me be clear. If you want to risk the original deed, by all means do it.
Nah, you're right. We'll test on the other parchment first.
Okay.
I do suppose that if we have the original deed, we could always pass it off as something else. I don't know. We should probably keep the original at least.
Yeah, what would you like me to do now, DM?
Okay. So you're just going to be testing forgery techniques on this other parchment?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta make sure this works out right.
Yeah, just roll an intelligence check. Not skill.
What the fuck is intelligence at?
Just click on your intelligence abilities.
Wow.
You kind of just make a stock deed write-up on an empty piece of parchment. Make sure to dry the ink properly. And you get it to the point where you're ready to start trying to work the ink back out of the paper, holding it close to candlelight, watching for any shift in color of the paper. And right when you think that you have it almost perfect, the paper catches fire and incinerates within your hand.
Do you see what I mean now, Captain? By this is probably gonna cost you.
Well then, suppose that's not the best way to go right now.
Like, I understand the theory behind it, but unless we're willing to give me a lot of time to try and actually get this down.
Time that we don't have or can afford right now. Well, hopefully the docks aren't going to be terrible when it comes to this. Let's at least... We'll put a pin in that one. We'll handle what we can for now. Face this when it comes up at the docks.
What about a fake bill of sale?
Would I know whether or not that would pass off? I mean, it's from the boss of a trading company. You really think that we'd bill us say you think they'd sell us a ship?
I mean,
If we have the, say, funds and show that we have the money to possibly pass it off, maybe.
It's a good point. And then if they start to get suspicious, we could always
Or we
line the
can,
pockets a little.
or we can act as if we're subcontractors. It's not as if they know the captain of the ship.
Suppose the captain of the ship his name is currently written on the current deed.
right, but the
Yes,
Buster
you
Trading
could-
Company is based out of the port city of Calden, not.
But we could pass this off possibly. Though we're running a little light for a mercantile vessel.
No, we
We
don't
could
even have to
always-
run off those lights. We can tell them that we ran into an issue with people on the sea, and we already have blood on the wood on the deck, so it wouldn't be that improbable.
That raises the questions of whether or not we should actually dock at the slums or the actual docks.
Up to you, Captain. Do you think if we can pass it off, we just have to sell it as we lost a lot of hands and had to get rid of the bodies out in sea?
All right, so we're not docking at the slums. Got it. No I'm kidding.
Got it, yeah, no slums.
Oh my god.
It's like Silver Map. Let's go.
Huh. Well, now that our DM's yelled at us.
Oh yes. Now that God has come down and said, dock at the slums, we can still write off as maybe we know a shipwright over there.
I mean, we probably do. I mean, Desmond, you've been in Al-Hajjad a long time. Same with you, Tahook.
No,
You
no,
tell me
I
that
mean-
neither of you have seen any of the shipwrights from the slums?
No. I mean as the merchant, as if we have a dedicated one over there, and not for unscrupulous reasons. If you
Can
get what I mean.
Trahook, Desmond,
Right.
and Azaric just roll history checks for me real quick?
Never.
Yeah, I don't history. No Savi shit.
I don't history as either. So this
History's mean to me
Just
all
we
day,
got a
okay?
nat 20.
Cool. Desmond, there is a tavern in the slums of Al-Hajjad. Okay.
I assume so. People like to drink.
Yep. And in that tavern, there's a porter who could probably point you in the right direction. Also, docking in the slums, unless you are stopped by a patrol vessel, the inspection in the slums is a matter of coinage, not a matter of cargo.
Oh yeah, Captain. It's not often I actually leave through that, but we can just. Hey, they don't really tend to look at our cargo in the slums. I just remembered that.
Oh, Desmond, you offering to pay for our port is rather generous of you. You really have taken a new leaf with this god of yours.
Yes, indeed. Though you'd owe me one. Maybe you get the next time.
Desmond, we all get paid, just sometimes not always in coin.
Can't blame me for trying.
But at least we've got somewhat of a plan for when we get to port. So you're saying you at least know of a porter there?
I do. I think I know where he is, if he's at the same place he usually is. Though I don't really necessarily want to deal with him the last time. Let's just say he likes to take as much money as he can get from me.
We'll just have to negotiate if need be. But for now, we've at least got a plan, and that's what matters the most. So, where is Sai? She's been gone for hours, it feels like.
While
How hard is it to find a rabbit on a ship?
Hurry
luck.
away. I suppose while this conversation is happening.
Thank you, Darian.
Cross the boat now.
Darian.
You hear from one of the bathrooms.
You sound unwell. Are you alright?
I'm fine. Just soaking a little bit. You know how it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to cut it short because we're having an all hands in the captain's quarters.
Now?
Right now. And judging by Asterix's demeanor, now would not be the time to dilly-dally.
Right.
Sorry.
I'll be out in a moment. I just need to get dressed.
Alright. We'll be waiting. Captain's quarters.
God damn it all.
Pushes the door into Tahuk.
The door's a pull.
God.
I obviously can't open doors either.
It is.
Oh wait, yeah, I
obviously a
see.
full
I
door.
see. No,
It is
I see it now.
obviously a pull
I
door.
see it now. I see it now. I see it now. I see it now. I see it now.
Yeah, just in case, he's just gonna go a bit to the side.
Yeah, no, I was zoomed out. I've never actually gotten close to the map before. Okay. Whoop. Darian was in the bath. He'll be up momentarily.
Welcome, Sai. Would you like the quick abbreviated notes of what you missed?
Please, by all means.
All right. We're going to rob Irina. We're going into the slums, and we're going to, I don't know, what was it again? Try and get an actual forger in to do the papers?
I mean, if we find an actual forger, that would be nice to do the papers. We do know.
I do know a guy.
If you know a guy, that is all the better. We definitely need to make sure. I mean. Oh, also, Arena is changing out of her clothes into something a little bit more fitting for Al Hajjaj. She was supposed to go get with Sarah about it. Tahuk's also going to be covering up just a little bit to where he's a little less recognizable. And we should most likely move together. Brannick and Sarah can take care of the ship. We'll get shipwrights on it right away. We will most likely have to pay heavily for that. We're most likely going to be in Al Hajjad a few days, at the least, to get the ship repaired the way that it needs to be. During that time, we need to make sure that we're staying at least a little, heads down. For the rest, we'll wait for Darian.
As you say this. Apologies, Captain. You called?
Ah, yes, Darian. Looking a little different today.
Darian looks a little disheveled, despite the recent bath.
Alright, now that we're all here, I guess the easiest way to put this is we don't exactly need to fool the city into what we're doing. We just need to look too ordinary to bother with, right? Us stalking in the slums, we're gonna end up paying for our port most likely. Unless we get stopped by guards or something, we should be fine. Marina's getting dressed to where she looks like she at least belongs. Tahuk's gonna cover up to where he looks, like deck labor or something of the sort. We're most likely going to send out Sarah into provisions within the next day or two. Like I said, the ship's going to take some days to end up actually getting repaired, especially enough to make it through the Dienser Strait. After all, it's not exactly nice waters. Desmond, did you say where this port is actually at?
The one in the slums?
Yes.
No, I did not, but I can surely point it out on the map for you. As Desmond like walks over, I'm assuming we have a map of like Al-Hajjad.
Yeah, there's a map.
It's gonna be over on this side of the city, and he's gonna point wherever it actually is, because I'm gonna assume I know where it is.
Assume he knows where it is, boys. Yeah, it's on the
Nice
east
assumption.
side of. It's on the far east.
I moment like the setting that he's going to be in. Is it like a dockhouse or something? A tavern?
Oh, you mean the person I know? Yes, it's another porter. He's a figure indeed. I hate the stupid phrase for the city, but it's what it's said. It is fine. We'll get there. He's in a tavern. We will need to seek him out when we get there.
Right, that leads me to another question. Darian, is your circus still going to be in town, or is that something we no longer should have to worry about?
On mentioning the circus, Darian looks a little anxious. I don't know. I mean, it's been, what, 2 months?
Almost.
I don't think.
That's about that, yes. I don't know what their usual travel schedule looks like. I just...
It depends. They usually don't stay in one place for too long.
Well,
At least during the busy seasons. I don't think they would be, but they've been wrong before.
well, for this mission, let's at least hope that they're not. The less suspicion that we raise, the better, and with Tahuk already being easily spotted, be worse to have more than one of us in the same line of fire. But with that, if we're going to a tavern, got some ideas. But that's for a later time. We back to the subject matter at hand. Let's at least try not to mention Irina by name. Well, nobody's going to recognize the name, hopefully, but let's especially not talk about the current situation while we're in public. Let's try not to make too much of a ruckus while we're there. After all, if we do, we're most likely going to be under heavy fire for the rest of our lives. The Basara trade company's not exactly people that we want angry at us. If push comes to shove, we are the crew of the ship. We are with the company, but I hope it doesn't come to that. And let's not talk about the order while we're there either, Tahuk. Does anybody have anything else that we should probably be prepared for?
Robbing the child? Desmond kind of just like shrugs.
Depending on if we need the coin, we will keep that in our back pocket for now. But
Sorry.
as to who, no, you're fine. You was going to say what I was about to, so I'll let you speak.
No, I was gonna ask Sai if, by any chance, could you ask the child for some coin if need be? That way we could avoid Desmond having to pickpocket. Poor thing.
You don't think that Desmond should be the one to ask the child? They seem to get along quite well.
Oh, no. They will get along. It's just Desmond will pickpocket the child with no questions asked.
Duke, does pickpocketing the child bother you?
The 400 some odd year old child.
Tahuk? Oh no, he died.
Oh no, wait, nothing. Did Taruk? Ah, I was muted. Why? What was the last thing that Taruk said?
You was asking Sai about, or no, you was saying that Desmond would pickpocket the child without second question.
Yep. Okay. Taruk is gonna look at Rick first and be like, "Well, if it's a child, of course it would bother. It's a child. But I was gonna ask, does Sai know about the coin that she has? Because I'm not sure if we told her or not about that."
No, that was
Oh.
not brought up to me.
Oh, this is actually joyous. Hey, Sai, our residential stowaway is absolutely bloody filthy rich, and she proposed to buy the ship, the crew, and become the new captain. That way, she's that rich. I did tell her it wasn't for sale, but I did tell her that if she would like to, parlay with some money, she could become the next in line in case I die. More so I could get my hands on the coin if need be in the future.
And it sounds like it currently is near the bay, and we need to ask the child for the money.
Depends on what the cost is for repairs and a new deed that says the ship is ours.
Well, then it sounds like you have your in, and I don't need to ask the child for anything if you've already come to that consensus.
Likes you more. Anyways, do we even know how much gold the ship currently has? I mean, I know much gold that I carry, but if push comes to shove and we've got to push funds together, it's probably should know at least what we're able to afford to where we know where to haggle effectively.
Aye.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Well, we have what we were paid, and we didn't have to spend any of it.
Well, yes, we wanted to spend it on armor, but that didn't go so well.
We've got 100 odd gold left over.
Sai, Tahuk, Desmond, how much gold are we carrying?
I only have 15 gold pieces. I never took any more.
Well, same. Taruk looks at his coin pouch here. Well, apart from the gold that each person has, my own personal spending is 2 gold.
Desmond?
50.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Inside check.
Desmond,
insight check from me,
Desmond can
too.
roll. If Desmond can roll whisper to the DM, your roll for deception, Desmond.
Okay.
I love how it doesn't even ask if it's persuasion, it's just deception.
Everyone else can roll.
I would also like to guidance this.
No, that guidance is an obvious
I'm
thing.
kidding. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. It's supposed to be funny. Let's see.
Would you like to roll insight as well, Sai?
I'm trying to learn the new sheet. Did that? Hell yeah.
A 28.
Hey, guys, I just want to be like out there with this. You guys don't have to roll that high.
I mean, science is also stressful, so.
Did you roll a nat 1? Because that'd
He
be
rolled
fucking
a-
hilarious.
He rolled a
I
nat
rolled a nat
one.
one.
Desmond says 50, and you guys can tell immediately that he's lying.
Desmond, 50 what?
I think at this point obvious, Desmond, that you're lying to all of us, and how to put this in the lightest terms. when you open your mouth again, I need you to say it clearly and answer the question of how much gold do you have?
300 gold pieces, give or take?
All right, so we're all broke except for Desmond and I. Got it. So together we're looking at what? Roughly 1,000, a little over 1,000 gold pieces, 1,100 or so. It's not terrible. Guess who the best here would most likely be the best at haggling? Oh, I can say I'm decent. No, I'll leave the haggling to me, most likely. After all, if I'm the captain, I'm gonna be the one that has to talk through anyways.
Yeah, so just in my notes right now. So the Severin coins, she has 10 of them. I misspoke earlier. Each one is worth 1,000 gold pieces. So she currently has 10,000 gold pieces worth of coinage.
And how much gold does the child have, roughly, Desmond?
Oh, she only makes us look broke by about 10 times.
Right, so if it costs too much, we barter with the child for some gold. Got it. Let's try to at least make that the last option. I'd rather not owe the child any favors that have to make me give her a ship.
You can always make a captain for a day.
She'd probably take it, though she could also steer us into the rocks. Oh, maybe we could barter with her and have her get sailing lessons from Brannick. That would be funny.
Or just have her sit in your chair and no one actually listen to her for the day. That is also an option.
Have her sit in a chair and give her
That's cool.
paperwork.
That is, well, she is a child.
Well, you're the captain now, darling. Here's some paperwork. Captains are busy after all.
No refunds.
Anyways, last options. From here though, I think we've at least got a decent plan. Sai, you've already said that you're wanting to blend in a little, so I'll let you retire to try to disguise yourself. Anybody else who thinks that they need to blend in, so be it. I will let you know that I will not be disguising myself. If trouble comes to find me, I am here to welcome it.
Asterix, if I may. Well, if you did say the first day I would be guarding the ship, but if I do have to go out and about, I will be dressed as a dock hand, right? Is there any cloth that you may have that I could use to cover my sword? Just so that I'm not, carrying a dock hand, carrying a sword would most likely, give some attention towards me, unwanted attention.
I'm not super familiar with what all is on the ship yet, but I'm pretty sure when we was dealing with the door and the brigs and everything in the basement that there was cloth and all sorts of stuff down there. You're free to look wherever. I mean, honestly,
All right.
even the dresses in here if you're wanting something.
Keep in mind, you guys also
All right.
there's a ledger in the ship supply.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could also check the ledger.
Yes. All right, I'll check the ledger, but I just wanted your permission to, take some in case, well, I just like to ask permission.
No, that's understandable, but by all means, in a situation like this, I'd much rather we act before we ask when it comes to making sure that we're able to make it out of this alive. After all, dead men tell no tales. I suppose one of these nights we need to have an all-around what our aspirations are as a crew. I think it'd be good if we get a little more well-acquainted of what we're all after in this life. After all, we've been together, 2 months now, and we hardly know each other, it feels like, still.
That is true. It feels like, well, we didn't have enough time to,
Well, we had a lot of things going tonight, so I do agree that is necessary to, well, know a bit more about ourselves, I guess.
Captain, I don't believe I
Yes?
was present when this was discussed. What all's the plan when we make port in Al Hajjad?
Oh, yes. So we're going to be porting in the slums. Desmond happens to know somebody who might be able to get us some
Fair.
documents. We will be traveling to a tavern, which opens it up to my next lovely turn of events, Darian. I was wondering if you could, put on a bit of a show while we're there.
A bit of a show? But the other crew members are trying to keep a low profile. Are you sure I should be...
I understand we're trying to keep a low profile, and I'm not saying that you should put on a show to gather attention to yourself, more so to the attention of the tales that you will spin. After all, your first-hand account of what we've seen to this day, right? The burning of Glassfire Cove, the the Triarch we murdered in cold blood. I guess what I would be asking for you to do is spread a bit of myth, right? Not too far. We want to make sure they remember the tale, right? But I guess the way to put it is don't tell it how it happened, tell it how it felt. I want people to know the name of the Black Waltz in the long run, and one of the easiest ways to do that is by people starting to pick up on minor things in song. Maybe sing something that makes them think of us.
Ian, I'm more than happy to do so, Captain, but are we sure this is a priority?
It's not.
We've got...
I mean, it is, but it's not.
I've got... well, my whole... mirror curse. I'd really like that done and over with.
I'm not. I guess this would be more of a question for Desmond and Tahuk. I'm not familiar enough with anybody in Al Hajjad who'd be able to deal with curses. That's been my overall priority of why I want to get to Hizachi so fast. I do know of somebody there who'd be able to help, but Al
Roll
Hajjad
a
I'm not
perception
familiar
checks.
enough with.
Who?
All of us?
All of us. Ooh.
Not perceptive at all.
Cool. Terhook, you hear the door creaking open a little bit.
Someone's at the door. Taruk is gonna open the door just slightly, slowly.
You see
Not
the
exactly fond of eavesdropping.
pallid face of a small child.
Oh.
Sorry, I was just about to knock.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, well, next time, you know, asking would be better, but no harm, no foul. I say.
A little louder approach is appreciated at some moments, but the meeting is basically over, Irina. You
Did
can
say
step in if
Darian
you'd
is
like.
cursed?
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it.
well, it's just
He's-
it's a mirror issue, but it's nothing.
It's
He's a little under the weather.
private issue. I'll get it sorted and I'll be right as rain in no time.
Well, we cleaned up the blood like you asked us to. And Sarah says I am suitably dressed like a street rat. You do see Irina, her clothes. She's wearing like mismatched layers of sun-faded sun-faded cloths, and patched linen, a dust-stained shawl. The fabrics are definitely worn out, and hues of like ochre greens and sand browns and faded reds. She does look like a kid from the slums at first glance, but she has the features of a noble elven princess, so It only does so much.
Sai, can you fix this, please?
I come.
I do want her to blend in, but she's gonna stick out like a sore thumb with the rest of us.
I come. I got it.
Do you have any cool quotes in here?
Not even tell you at this point. I mean, I'm not going to say that here, I guess. Anyways, Sai's going to help you get dressed as well.
She pulls out a captain's coat. That's definitely too big.
I don't think that's going to help the situation. You can take it, but only wear it on the ship and only below the deck, please. Go get with Sai.
I'm just saying, you can take a goat. She already has the coats.
That is a good point. She's going to have to pay for it some way. Anyways, Darian, about your curse, as I was saying, I don't know anybody in Al Hajjad unless Desmond and Tahuk do. As Zyla gets up on the desk, I'm gonna pet it. Note.
Nice. Well,
Eating
if
off
my
of a
order
plate
was
of crumbs and scraps.
I mean, it's a big city. I'm sure if we ask around enough or walk or just if we go looking, we'll find something, I'm sure.
You want to walk around Al Hajjad. You're asking to
Oh.
get into fights.
I forgot, you weren't
What?
in here during this part. So, Tahuk also got a message from his order. The city's in political turmoil right now. How best to put it?
well, you could say that my order is having difficulties, and a lot of my close contacts have been either rounded up or sent elsewhere. So, I am really not in the correct place to show my face at the moment. So, and any contacts I did have in Alajad, well, I would need to locate them again, because I doubt they're in the city at the moment.
Well, that's troubling.
Pretty
People
much.
still live. People still
ahead.
live in the city, though. Life needs to go on somehow. You know, curses happen sometimes, right? Someone's
Sometimes.
got to know something.
I'd consider it
He-
very rare.
I mean, with the porter in the slums being well connected, he might know of somebody. We can definitely ask while we're there. But I guess the easiest way to put this is we're sailing into a port where it's a knife fight and half the blades are hidden. We've definitely got to tread somewhat lightly. But we will still see it as your curse is one of the more important items, and if we have the ability to deal with it here, we shall.
Aye. Thank you, Captain.
I know it's causing you trouble, and I don't want it to make it seem like it's not important. It is. It's just, like I said, it's one of the main reasons why I want to go to Hazachi is to make it better. And to be honest, my contact there I've not seen in a long time. And if I didn't have to go there, it's a little bit better, but we're most likely going to have to go there anyways. So it's, if we can't solve it here, we will be able to solve it shortly.
Right. Alright, Captain.
Is there anything else that we can help you with, at least to make it easier, Darren?
I don't know. I just need some time to sulk. Nice.
I mean, You got about,
It's-
what, quarter of a day left now?
Captain, we'll be making port in about half an hour.
Half an hour then. Sock your heart out.
I'll try and find time to come up with songs and stories about stuff we've done.
Yep, make it like a third-person account, right? Things you've seen. Like I said, the easiest way to put it is tell it how it felt. Tell it how you see it. If you're gonna sing it,
Right.
make it stick. People will believe you, Darian. Decide what that means, though. Like, everybody loves a good tale. You know, doesn't always matter what happened, matters what they say happened.
Right. Right. I'll see if inspiration strikes. Am I dismissed, Captain?
Yeah, don't stress too much about it now, though. If it doesn't come while we're at Al Hajjad, it can always come later. I just like to get a little more word out there, is all.
Aye. Thank you, Captain. Take my
Thank you,
leave.
Darian.
Darren will slink out of the captain's quarters.
Desmond, I'd like an additional favor from you.
Sure, Captain. What can I do for you?
Let's try to be a little bit easier on Darian over the coming days. I don't think he's doing too well right now, and I don't want that to be layered upon. If we have to be called into action, I'd much rather him be a knife that's with us instead of against us if you make him mad. So,
Me and Darian had a heart-to-heart. I think it'll be fine, Captain. You're worrying over nothing.
well, that's good. After all, he is a member of the crew, and we need to make sure that he knows that just as everybody else.
I bully him out of love, and he knows it.
Alright, well, let's get to it.
All right, Captain.
We're going to be making
We'll-
port soon. Means we've got to tend to sails.
Hopefully, our docking this time will be much smoother than last time.
Up in... Well, Brannock, I'll take it from here. Let's head into port.
Right, very well, Captain.
Make sure to whip him into shape. I don't want to hit the docks. Figmentively whip them. Don't actually, Brannock.
He starts putting his whip away. Right. All right, you deck rats. Get ready. We're gonna need to make this a smooth entrance. Your last ship was a little bit scarred up, so I assume entrances and exits weren't your forte.
I know what they are.
Okay. As the afternoon sun high in the sky beats down on you all, the smell of ocean brine and sea mist begins to give way to the spices and veritable scents and sounds of Al Hajjad. You see a very busy port city in front of you, the golden domes radiating light bounced off from the sun. The large red archway parapets that separate the docks and the slums from the rest of the civilized community, as some would say. And you begin to target yourselves not towards the primary docks, but the eastern slums, where hopefully you'll be able to make land without too much notice from official sources. So, coming into dock, I guess let me get let me get a stealth check from you guys. Let's do.
Oh, a straight stealth check. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just everyone roll stealth, and I'll take the average, and that'll be the stealth of your ship and how well you're able to disguise it, and making a nonchalant entrance into the city of Al-Hajjaj.
That's a roll. That's a great roll.
Desmond's broke.
I
He's
don't know
making
why
his
that's
news
there.
sheet right now.
Yeah, that's weird. I'll just do it to +3. Give me a second.
Man, that's actually kind of bad for me.
Yeah.
Oh, same here.
Are you proficient in stealth, Desmond?
No, I'm not a stealthy person.
Whatever stealthy is, people just rolled an 11.
Yep, me. Hi. Which is a 2, by the way, which is unfortunate.
Maneuvering your way through the other sailing vessels coming into and leaving Al-Hajjad's coastline, you aim the ship towards the slums, and a ship this nice docking at the slums isn't a common sight. But you do manage to skirt by patrol vessels who seem busier with other things than to try to halt your docking process at this time. So, skating by, I need a sailing check from Azric,
20.
but not yet. I need everyone else to roll a check. Who is all helping with this process? I guess I should have.
True.
I'm busy.
Turk's gonna help with the sales.
All right, Brannick will also be helping with the sales. All right, Terhook, go ahead and roll athletics. Brannick will roll athletics. Darian, are you helping with the docking process?
If it is not critical that Darian does help, then he will not. He does not
Yeah, Turk is
feel
sales
up to
right?
much.
Brannick has +5 to his athletics. There's a 12. Alright, with your 20, you still pass the DC, even with the minuses from Brannick and Terhook. So that is okay. Not the smoothest docking process ever, but much smoother than you've had in the past.
That doesn't say much.
And as you pull the ship into the slum wharf, you guys are now in Al-Hajjaj. Welcome. You see a few other vessels, smaller fishing vessels, as well as a caravel or two. Some ships of designs you don't recognize. And then a bustling dockside marketplace. So, as you guys tie off the ship and start to make your preparations, you are approached by a red dragonborn man. Tall, about 6'2", not not a massive in stature, but definitely toned, used to working on the docks. Hello, travelers. May I ask what your intention is?
Just here for some provisions and some repairs, that's all, and we'll be on our way.
I see. A ship like this might be better maintained and more, well, traveled docks and ports.
But a captain like this is much more fond of places that we find ourselves.
All right. Well, who am I to argue with where you wish to find yourself stopping for the evening? You can pay your inspection fee at the counter up there. Otherwise, do you need any supervision for your vessel while you are off carousing?
Supervision would be appreciated, making sure nobody goes aboard.
Very well. Whoever would like to be making these arrangements, please accompany me to Dockmaster Station.
That'll be me. Everyone else, get the ship ready for us to depart.
Alrighty, Captain.
Ulrich, they would like to make port here for, I didn't ask how long, but they would also like some extended supervision to make sure some more unsavory types do not try to infiltrate, thief from their vessel. You see this rocky man sitting at this counter. There's bags of coins around him, multiple ledgers open, a flintlock pistol sitting right in front of him. Oh yes, welcome, my friend. Well, we can definitely sort out these arrangements for you. Let me just ask, what might you be pulling into port today?
Oh, we've got some, some different silks, some linens, of course. A few alcohol consumables, metals. I mean, nothing too crazy, I'd guess.
It looked like a mighty fine vessel. Are you merchants of some sort, or are these provisions meant to sell here in Al-Hashad?
I guess we'd be considered merchants of some sort.
Right. Well, I'll just need your paperwork here to make proper notification of your arrival. And then there's the matter of the docking fee.
I'm gonna lean in a little, voice down. How about we skip some of that? Don't you say?
Right.
After all, I still have to find a shipwright, so I'm in somewhat of a hurry.
Very well. We can do the Wharf Master special. As long as you have the gold to pay the tab.
The cost?
Very well. So you have two options at this point in time. Either you give me the name of your vessel, and I record it in my ledger book here, for official sources to monitor and check on if they happen to be doing their rounds. Though the Gilded Blades are few and far between in the slums, well, as long as we continue to pay them what we do. Or, the more expensive option is I don't write your name down at all, and you pay for the fees, and you leave when you leave. And hopefully, next time we talk will be the first time we talk.
How much is the more expensive option?
That would be 50 gold pieces. You have to understand the level of risk that we take. If the Gilded Blades come here and they see your ship and I don't have anything in the ledger for it, then I'm on the hook for falsifying port entry documentation.
I'm gonna put 60 gold down on the desk. We'll call the additional, a favor.
Very well.
After all, I'd like for security to be, above average.
We can ensure that nobody makes it on your ship that you don't want there. Well, it was a pleasure not meeting you, Captain John Doe.
Pleasure is all mine.
Kind of signals to the Dragonborn and the Ursane man next to the little tent. And they both nod and nod back at you. Well, this 50 gold gets you 2 days. If the ship is here longer, we risk port inspection from the Gilded Blades, and you'll have to find your own excuses at that point.
Understandable. I appreciate it.
Well, have a nice day, stranger. If you need anything else, I'll call you.
I'm gonna motion like I'm tipping a hat that is obviously not there. Good day. Head back to the ship. Alright, everyone. We've bought ourselves at least 2 days here. We need to make sure that we move quickly at that point. Repairs are probably the most important at this situation. After all, we have to go anywhere else. We're gonna have to make sure that we make it there. So, time is of the essence.
So, who do you want to send out, Captain?
Well, we are fully secured, so whether or not you feel that you would be safer here, Tahuk, is up to you. But I don't like us splitting up in a time like this either. If the ship was attacked, I believe Sarah and Brannick could at least plead innocence and be able to make it out of here with their lives. But if you're here by yourself, I don't expect you three to protect you.
But I would be able to protect them, though. Maybe.
Unless it's a whole band of guards, and then you're most likely going to be either killed or imprisoned, and then we're doing a jailbreak, after all. Can't have a part of my crew left behind.
I thought you would find that very amusing.
It's stoic, if anything.
From the looks of the
Well,
dockside market, Sarah could probably get most provisions right here.
Oh, nice.
Sarah, how much do you think provisions are going to run you? After all, you're the one that's most in line of what's going to be needed.
How many provisions did we actually use so far, DM?
Off of the manifest?
Yep.
Let's see here. Golden Ledger. You would be... You have plenty of alcohol.
Have plenty of alcohol.
Hey, that's the most important thing.
Let's see. Your perishable partitions are pretty much all gone. That's section 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have plenty of alcohol.
That's it.
You would have 11 crates of flour left. Yeah, I'll make some edit.
Yeah, we don't have editing permissions, it looks like. I can't type or anything.
Okay, well,
Request edit access. Send.
anyone with this link can edit. Done. So I'll have editing act.
Reload. Nice.
Yay.
She said 11 crates of flour left. Said that's gone.
Your sun-cured dates and fig fruit, those are all like dried fruits and vegetables. Fruits, so let's say you have 7 crates of those left. The pressed olive oil, you have 5 crates left. The dried citrus rinds and spice peels, you have 3 crates left. All of your perishables are gone. How much alcohol have you guys been drinking? You guys don't really say you're drinking.
Trick doesn't drink that much.
Your keg
So-
rack hasn't been touched, so those ones are good. For your alcohol consumables, we'll say you have 5 barrels of the Calden Red left, 3 barrels of the rum.
Are we drink 2 barrels?
Brannick's an alcoholic.
I would
Makes sense.
also like to say that
Yep.
Darian has been drinking. Just, you know,
Okay.
when he's not expected to do much.
We could do the math for the subtotals after.
Yeah.
Because if we're getting rid of stuff and we're getting stuff, we're gonna have to do this twice. So it's much rather just figure out what we're.
All right. 10-4.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't-
that's what you guys are left with, and then like all of the non-edible, perishable items. Okay. Yeah, the biggest thing is the perishables because you can only buy as much as won't be bad before.
All right. In the terms of provisions, I would say Sarah. The bolts and the finished cloth, for all I care, if we can trade those in order to get more provisions, I'd appreciate it. Probably leave the alcohol alone. But would hate for Brannick to end up losing his mind. As for the rest of it, we've got some goods that can be traded around. Just do what you can to get us provisions, and then if we can't get what we need today, we can supply some gold in order to get more tomorrow. Try not to stray too far from the ship.
All right, Captain, sounds good. I'll do my best to see if I can't offload some of this goods. And if I can also get all of our provisions taken care of, I'll do my best. Also, keep the weasel out of my kitchen. It keeps sneaking in there, and it thinks I'm not going to find it one day, but when I do, we're going to have weasel stew.
The stoat is protected, Sarah. I will mention that the kitchen is off duties. I feel like he eats plenty anyways. We'll start assigning stuff particularly for her. I just assumed it was a girl.
Look at you assuming the weasel's gender.
Yep.
That
Lila
is
seems
very
like a
much
nice
so.
feminine name.
As long as he's not in there nibbling on the food and making everyone sick, that's all I care about.
Understandable. I too won't want people sick at sea. Death waiting to happen after all. We'll have some words.
And let me get more meat for Brannick before he decides fish isn't a meat again.
Fish isn't a meat,
Yeah.
it's basically a vegetable.
We're not starting this again, Brannick. Fish is a meat, but whatever. I'll try and find something that's not jerky.
I'm gonna go ahead and give Sarah 50 gold. I do technically owe Brannick a meal, so if you can get him a nice slab, I'd appreciate it.
And see, now we're talking. All right, Captain. Well, I'll be off.
Brannick, if you can at least enlist some hands around here, that would be appreciated, but we're going to go and look for a shipwright to get this corrected as easily as possible. And hopefully within a couple days.
Yeah,
And
I can manage ship security and make sure any shipwrights you might send this way are managed properly.
Appreciated. Do you need me to leave you funds as well?
Unless you want me paying it out of my own paycheck.
How much do you think you're going to need?
Well, you gotta repair the mast. I guess it really depends on if you're gonna pay the shipwright when you find them, or if you're gonna expect me to give him payment upon finished work.
I'm gonna be honest. Actually, DM, would I know how much repairing the mast is going to possibly cost?
It's not gonna be cheap, but like, it would max out if they were really trying to screw you about 120 gold pieces. It depends a lot on if you want a new mast or if you want them to just make the one you have right now sturdy enough to not really matter in the grand scheme of it. If you want them to replace the mast, they're dry docking the ship and you're going to be here for a week and a half.
We don't got time for that.
Yeah, if you just want them to reinforce it to a point where it's gonna hold up under normal ship activities and even some sketchier things, then you're probably looking at like 30-40 gold pieces.
Brannick, I'm gonna leave you 100 gold. Do what you can, and as timely as possible.
Alright.
And if that means we've got to get more hands to make it more feasible, then let's get more hands to make it more feasible. Can't exactly afford to be here for a week. We've only got 2 days paid for right now, and any more than that, we're going to be raising too much suspicion. We will have to figure something else out as we go.
Yeah, you should probably figure out like the paperwork situation to make docking easier for us.
That's the plan. After all, if we're going to end up having to get it completely fixed, which is most likely going to be needed to get through the Dancer Strait, last thing I want to do is head back in the opposite direction and go into Fallen Goth instead. But, well, that's for later times. We've got 2 days to think about it. Work with what you can, please.
Right, will do, Captain.
The rest of us, shall we?
where are you going first, Captain?
Well, we should probably head to Desmond's contact first. Hopefully we can get our paperwork situated. If that happens, we could also ask if they know anybody in town that can help you, Darian. And if we can get our paperwork situated, we might be stuck here for a while, which is also not savory. I'm not even going to think about that. We're going to have to get out of here. Let's move. Desmond, lead the way.
Aye, sir.
Right, Desmond.
Sai, keep a watch on Irina. Make sure we don't say anything that raises suspicion, please.
And where would you want me, Captain? Stay in the boat or follow you?
Like I said, that is completely up to you, Tahuk. I would feel safer with you with us, but at this point, it is up to what you feel safest in. You're the one that's familiar with Al Hajjad, so you know what the threat would be.
Well, I guess I will go with you, but like I said, I will need my sword wrapped in the cloth just so I can have it with me.
Did you not go below deck and grab any already?
Let's assume he did, because he would do that. The player forgot. But I would just give me a moment and I would do that real quick. I saw the cloth while I was down there. And then I'll be ready.
I don't know exactly what your color is, but I will say that the violet cloth is the cheapest to use.
Oh, don't
Oh,
worry, I
I
don't
mean-
care about the color. I just needed something for it to be effective.
I guess the sailcloth would most likely stick out less, but it's up to you. Just not the golden one, please. It's far too expensive to use to
No,
wrap your sword.
no, don't worry, I'm not going to do the golden one. I really don't care about looks, I just want to make sure it's feasible and practical. And Taruk's gonna go down real quick to find the cloth to wrap his sword around. That's not the gold.
Easy enough. You get your sword. You all can have shawls or desert cloaks if you and your.
Taruk's
declare
gonna
that-
look like.
Declare that now before I have guards chase you.
Well, Taruk's gonna look like a dock boy, well, dock hand, just as Azrik asked him to be. So that's what he's gonna be. And he's gonna be carrying the sword in a way that doesn't betray that he knows how to use it.
So, do I get to go too? Right, well, if I know anything,
Azrik?
silence is consent.
Well, there you go. Azrik,
Nice.
it's your call.
Don't like exactly leaving you behind in this kind of situation, but I also don't like taking you into possible peril.
Well, Sai and Darian said we might find my dad here. And I'm the only one who knows what he looks like.
I didn't say that. It just might be worth a look. I mean, it's a big city. Really easy to miss things.
Taruk just gives Darian
I don't know.
the price.
I
Sai, I'm gonna leave this decision to you. After all, if she comes with us, you're the one playing babysitter.
I don't need a
I just-
babysitter. I'm 13 years old.
You're a child in the slums, trust me. It's far more dangerous here than anywhere else you've probably been.
I thought that's why I had to dress ugly like.
It partially is.
Sai, are you there?
Hi.
Pass it.
Sai, are you muted?
She is muted in Discord. She messaged me. Oh, she's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
All right, quick bathroom break.
Yep, let's take a quick bathroom break. We'll be back in 5.
Are rolling things. Why is it sometimes you guys are typing the roll for the roll and sometimes
Oh, because Perry's
Oh.
stupid.
oh okay, duh. Okay, that was already okay. I'm tracking. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just an idiot. That's just how this goes. I do like this
Oh.
new page though. It's pretty cool.
It's nice.
On the map from World and Anvil, there's numbers on the town map. What do those numbers correspond to?
I think there's a legend too, isn't there?
I was looking for it and I couldn't find it.
What about
Gotcha.
how's it working now?
I was just curious. It's not a big deal though. I was really just curious.
There's
Okay.
not.
think that's about everything, aside from like my weapons. Yeah, I got you. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I've just been going to the compendium and like getting the weapons. Yeah, pretty much the new one is good though. I just have to put the picture for him on it and everything. Okay, go ahead. I'll edit the rest after you're done with that. Because I should have already signed the token. The token should be good. Oh, okay.
Okay, walk me through it as if I don't know how to do that. So I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I'm in it. And just hit watch stream. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's very nice. I've been in silence just listening to everybody talk. Which, like, it hasn't been a whole lot of silence. When... I've been practicing on and off trying to do any accent that doesn't just immediately slip into something that sounds vaguely Western, and I keep falling into a vaguely Western accent, which seems to be natural for me, so
Well, howdy there, partner.
not quite that extreme. Me and Ellen were at a birthday party today, and I got a little tipsy there for a bit, and I kept making jokes about our family being from Arkansas and about how we were 54% related. And she said, "Well, that's weird because we have different dads." I said, "Nope, the rest of the family's from Arkansas."
Yeah, we got different dads, but our mom and our brothers are the same people. And it just so happens that we have different dads, but it's also that we have different brothers, and those brothers happens to be our dads. Don't even get me started on who Grandpa is, which also happens to be my son.
This is a Philip J. Fry moment.
I'm
It really
back, but-
depends on Luca. She was sick, so I can tell you that I'm actually upstairs right now, but I know. She needs to quit using it as a fucking excuse.
Damn.
Like, Jesus, get it together. I don't know if cults actually play any sports. I think it's more like murdering people and stuff and Kool-Aid.
Sex trafficking.
Presidencies. Logan mentioned drinking, and I'm like, you know what? A drink actually sounds kind of good right now.
Yeah, low key, I drank a lot of liquid when we got home from the birthday party because I was really afraid of having accidentally got myself drunk before everything started. But it was pretty much worn off by the time that. What the heck was that? Be right back.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Come back, Darky.
Minimal RP, please. My stomach is killing me. You know what? Fucking bet.
I mean, if you wanted a way out, you could technically stay on the ship with Irina.
Sounds good.
I'm just giving you an option here of what would be easy.
Yeah, because
But wait, she needs to find her father, right? Like, she wants to go look for her father.
Do we
but
really
that's
think?
their parents here.
Do we really think your dad's an Al Hajjad from 450 years ago?
I can keep my ear out for any.
And okay.
Ow.
Alrighty, and we're back. So, who's all jumping ship?
It will be Tahuk, Azric,
Yep.
Desmond, and Darian.
Okay. AT and Double D.
Sorry, watch after Irina. If you guys peruse the markets, it's okay. Just try not to stray too far.
I come.
Alright. As you make your way off the extended boardwalk, you guys are met by the slums of Al-Hajjad, stretching out for a long ways, just a spider web of alleys and disheveled buildings. A definite wealth disparity compared to the other parts of Al-Hajjad that you guys have seen. Though Desmond very familiar with this area, as he has operated within the slums for much of his business in Al-Hajjad. So, it'll make it a little bit easier for you guys to get around and navigate. Where are we going?
To Desmond's contact.
Yeah, but where am I on the map is the real
You got-
question.
you gotta
let me
pull your-
log.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
have to pull your
realized.
character back on.
Just thought about it. I'm kind of stupid. All right, we can head over to the cavern. This should be the first place we go.
All right, sounds good with me. And we're off.
Okay. You're making your way to the end of the boardwalk. You're immediately halted by a loud, boisterous voice as you hear, "Is that you, Darian? I
Hide me.
thought you would never return.
Hide me right now.
I am so glad to see you, my boy."
Is that your
And
is that
you
your
see
friend?
Leave
Darian?
right now.
a hulking Ursane figure in what looks like the garb of a ringmaster of some sort.
I'm gonna
Oh,
step over kind of in between them.
I was wondering where you ran off to, my boy.
Listen, friend. The Darian that you're trying to refer to does not exist in this party, so I'd kindly ask you to see your way out.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's right there. Darian, then
Please.
you hear a feminine voice go, "Darian, is that you?"
Please
Not
do
yet.
not make the situation any worse than it currently is. Unless you'd like to gather a crowd.
I'll tell you this much. Gathering a crowd is what I do best. That is why
Darian.
my menagerie is so widely known across the coast of Granheim. Darian,
Not the crowd that you will be gathering this day. Tahuk, Desmond, see your friend out.
don't
Darian would like to
understand.
try and sneak away
It's okay.
best he can.
There's not much to hide
Little
behind.
panicked. A little hurried. I just
Alright.
sort of see if I
Begin
can.
running.
Honestly, I'm just gonna interpose myself behind Desmond and just try and slip away.
Roll a stealth check with disadvantage.
Holy shit, he disappeared.
Disadvantage. Stealth?
Yeah. You go behind him.
That's
You're
really
not
bad.
very well hidden at all. Darian, I know the last conversation we had was an argument, but you've been gone for almost 2 months.
Darian puts his hood up.
I will not explain myself again. Do we have problems on the docks today?
Well, my friend, it seems like we might. You're harboring somebody that is very important to both of us.
I will whisper to Desmond, I'll find you later. And I'll just into the streets.
But, Darian, where are you? That boy, always running off, getting himself into trouble. Look, I don't know who you folks are, but no offense, it seems like perhaps you are Wade with one of my best performers, and we've been looking for him for a long time. I know
Or
he has
perhaps
this
one of
idea
your or perhaps one of your performers no longer wishes to perform for you. I suggest you part your ways.
I mean, this is an amount of hostility I don't think is necessary. He is like family.
The longer you stand here, the more necessary it becomes. Can't you read a room? After all, you're a performer. Nobody else is laughing.
This isn't for laughs, this is out of concern. He is like my child. Raised that boy from wee little pup all the way to where he is now.
Your child is no
Yes.
longer your own. Crew, let's be on our way.
Hey, yes.
They're not following, not doing anything.
Not following, they're standing there.
Let's stop by the Dragonborn and lean in just a little bit. Is there a possibility to make it to where they're no longer here when we return?
I can see what I can do, but I can't promise anything. I mean, we regulate these docks, but honest patronage, still honest patron. But if they mill about for too long, we can see about forcibly removing them.
And this honest patron will pay extra for it.
Gold goes a long way, friend.
Oh, see what it takes when I return. Thank you, sir.
Hey. The
Holy fuck, it's Bugs Bunny!
I was actually about to mention that, yeah.
that is funny.
Yeah, you see a little Valkyrie boy just sitting on top of these crates, currently sketching all the boats.
I'm gonna, like, you know, flick a gold coin off in his direction as we pass. Make sure ours isn't in it, please.
What? Oh, what
Not
boat
even
is
gonna-
yours?
I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay. Oh, folks.
This kid's name's Bugs.
It's Biggs.
It's Big's Bunny.
Even better. Big's Bunny.
Well, did anybody happen to see where our friend rolled off to?
No, but he said he'd catch up to us later.
Except he has no idea where we'll be. Except a tavern.
And his sense of direction isn't the best.
He's only ran off. He's a big boy. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Do you... Well, I was gonna suggest if I could, well, look for him, Captain, but, well, given the circumstances, I'm not sure if that's the best.
We'll find him. No worries.
The wharf gives way to narrow arteries of cracked sandstone and packed dirt, twisting between leaning, decrepit buildings that look like they've stood longer than they probably should have without proper maintenance. Canvas awnings sag overhead, stitched and restitched a dozen times over, turning the sky into strips of dull gold and shadow. The air grows heavier within these alleys, sick with spice and rot and sweat. The ever-present drifting of sand. Voices carry strangely through these corridors, laughs echo a little too long, whispers die too quickly. You pass by people, some don't look at you at all, and others who look far too long. Most faces are half covered in cloth, eyes sharp, measuring every step that you take. You see hushed deals and bargains, hands brushing, coins changing palms, words never fully spoken. The alleys begin to narrow further and further, and then twist, and then double back in ways that make you question whether you're in places you've already been before. And then a broken stairway that leads to nowhere, a door hanging open that only leads to darkness, children darting past you with something clutched tightly in their fists, disappearing into gaps between buildings too small for most to follow. And then you see it. Structure that looks less built and more barely holding together. Wood warped by heat and time, walls patched with mismatched planks and clay, the whole place leaning just enough to make you wonder how it's still standing. And above the entrance hangs a single lantern. Its glass is blackened with soot, the light inside dim and flickering as though struggling to stay alive. It sways slightly in the dry wind, casting long uneven shadows across the doorway. Welcome to the gutter lantern.
What sort of place is this?
This
Or-
is a tavern.
Oh, this is the.
This is them going to the tavern,
This
not
is,
you
I
going to
see.
your person.
Okay.
Here in a moment. Okay, welcome to the gutter lantern. As you guys approach, you do see just across inside the threshold of the door, there is a carved symbol into the wooden support beam, barely visible unless you know what you're looking for, and Desmond, you definitely know what you're looking for. Single mark, simple, intentional, and watching.
Oh, I was muted. Almost feels like it hasn't been long enough. All right, Captain, in you go.
Do we go through this door or is it this door?
The
We'll
side
go
door that
there.
you're standing next to is a balcony for like outdoor seating. Go through. Stepping inside, the air hits you first, just miserably hot, stale, and the smell of sweat and people who probably haven't bathed in quite a while. Smoke clings low beneath the ceiling, caught in the rafters where it curls and drifts. The scent of cheap spirits and burnt spice and unwashed bodies settles in an amalgamation together. The light in here is dim, uneven. Lanterns placed where they're needed, not where they're kind. Shadows dominate most of the space, swallowing corners whole and leaving only fragments of faces and movement visible at any given time. The tavern isn't loud by any means, not in a way of celebration, but there's a low hum of conversation, the occasional scrape of wood or soft clink of a cup. Every sound measured, like no one here wants to be the reason that the attention shifts. And yet, you are noticed. Not openly, not all at once, but you feel it, eyes lifting just slightly, conversation dipping just half a second, posture shifting in ways that suggest hands are closer to weapons than they were a moment ago. Patrons here are not the desperate sort. They are survivors of the slums, dock runners and smugglers and outlanders, figures who sit too still and others who never fully relax. A few carry themselves with the quiet confidence of those who've killed and would again if needed. No one asks any questions, no one offers any greetings. The lantern is not a place for those things. A place for transactions and quiet arrangements and truth spoken only when the price is right. And now you are here.
Desmond, is your friend here?
Let me take a look. And I'm gonna look around. Do I see him in here?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, perception. Where are you? Perception.
16. You do. You actually see a couple familiar faces in here.
Any that owe me money?
No. You do see your porter.
And he is.
Selek is tending the bar. But as you scan across the room, you also see another familiar face. One who spots you almost as quickly as you spot him. And you hear from across the room. That is not his accent. I didn't expect to see you all here. Fresh faces like yours finding a bar like this is, I guess, not too unusual. As you guys see Kit sitting at a table by himself across the room.
I was about to say, is that Kit Anstrom?
It is.
Kids.
Oh. Been a long time.
It has. Possibly not long enough. I see you're still carousing around with this asshole. Looks at Desmond.
Oh,
You try and rob a man and throw him into a body of water one time, and he never lets it go.
Also,
I will.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I will say, though he may be an asshole, he has recently found God,
Right.
or at least one of them.
He's gonna say which one. I can't imagine any god giving any handouts to a man like that.
Sorry, I'm
Oh.
choking. Give me a second.
Well, still to be told, but if there's ever a god of greed, I'd assume it's that one. But who knows? Maybe it was the Night Mother. Maybe it was Morthal. But only time shall tell me.
I will say one thing before you start to make a scene. It's probably not best that you all find yourselves wandering around the streets of Al-Hajjad.
So we've heard. But how bad is it?
No, I mean, some of you specifically. And he points over to the door, the wall right next to the door. Be more specific. right here, where you see a notice board.
Only 5,000 gold pieces? They're getting cheap on me.
Ah, looks like our other friends are worth a much heftier price.
But it says missing instead of bounty. Which means someone's looking for her.
Royal
Right.
Course of Melja. Oh,
It seems your quote-unquote witch is possibly a princess?
just a weird striking resemblance, unfortunately, but it's created us a bit of grief.
No, that's spot on, mate.
Freckles in different places. Call her a stand-in.
You're gonna say the same about the good doctor?
No, that's definitely Desmond Leach.
Oh no, that's definitely.
And rather offended at the low amount of gold they're offering. I thought I'd at least be worth double that.
Well, if they do catch you, Desmond, I'll add another single gold piece to that total.
Are the Gilded Blades really around as much as they say they are?
They are.
Looks like-
They patrol every part of the city after the curfew hours happen.
Every day?
Pretty much, they split it between them and the fucking Dawn Wardens.
Interesting.
On what ends you say? And how do they fare?
Dawn Wardens?
Hey,
Well, they've been fucking hanging people in the streets, basically. They did an execution. A man stole, I think it was a ring of some sort from a jeweler. Don't think it could have been worth more than 100 gold, and they cut his hands off in the fucking market square.
they cut the hands off.
Now, you can't steal much without hands.
Was this recent or?
That happened 2 days ago. There's been a shift in power here, and I'm not sure it's for the better. The slums are less affected, of course, because, you know, less oversight overall, but they still make their rounds.
Do they visit this tavern as well?
It'd be hard pressed to find this tavern. But they did well enough to make sure the posters got moved around.
You called Saya Witch. What's that about?
You haven't heard?
Guess
They're
not. We've
saying-
been at sea for days.
They're saying a caravel sailed into Glassfire Cove with a devil and a witch on board, burned the whole place to the ground. I don't
Devil,
feel the
you
need
say?
to correct them.
At this point, I'd think it better not. Kinda like the ring of it.
I think we all know you didn't burn that place down. Not that you wouldn't
Eh?
if you had the chance.
Not the whole place. Don't exactly like taking innocents all the time, but
You just
If
like
the
banging
talking,
them
the
and
talking.
throwing them on your deck and stabbing them when they're tied up.
one time.
Looking begrudgingly at Desmond. Well, did you ever catch up with your brother?
No, not yet. We went and paid my dear mother a visit. Found out that the Triarchs and Delphang were implicated. Well, at least one of them, but word may travel fast, but maybe they haven't quite heard about that yet.
Rumors travel. I just couldn't actually see you murdering a Triarch in cold.
I wouldn't say in cold blood, but I guess I really wouldn't call it murder, so to speak. After all, he was implicated, as I said. He had weaseled his way into the Triarchs, let's put it that way. And being my town of birth, I felt it right to right the wrong.
Well, guess it's good at least that you're all still alive.
We can't kill a devil that easily. How can we?
Didn't
You
expect
seem like
to
you
be
missed us.
backtracking. Missed you. I may have joined you if our interests had aligned at the time. But with you backtracking this way, it seems that they might not.
Let's just say we got ourselves into a bit of trouble. I mean,
See,
I feel like that's fair. But we just needed some ship repairs, and Al-Hajjad happened to be the closest port.
fair enough. So where are you heading after you set sail from here?
The original course was Hazachi, but still open to change right now. Whereabouts are you heading from here?
I heard rumor of something connected to the Umbra Noctis possibly popping up in Phantomport. That's where I plan on heading next.
Antiport's a long ways from here, isn't it?
It's in the Injured Archipelago. Just have to find a crew that doesn't ask too many questions.
Well, if you and our dear doctor could get over your qualms, the Indrid Archipelago is one of our future points. Just depends. Like I said, Hazachi's the next stop, depending on if we find anybody here that can cure some curse. But if not, Hazachi will be next, and then the Indrid Archipelago after, though I wasn't exactly planning on the Phantom Port, but your rumor tends to pique my interest.
I'm looking for a bit more of a straight shot. I appreciate the offer though. And depending on how long you're in town, mayhaps I might change my mind depending on how slim the pickings are.
Well,
The Blades are checking most ships. Most unsavory types are staying away.
well, as you can tell, we aren't quite faithful men yet. We plan to get our affairs straight rather quickly, and then we won't have to worry too much as long as we keep our less savory type hidden. And you'll know where to find us, though. The ship seems to have grown a little, let's put it that way. Still, the Black Waltz is the Black Waltz.
Fair enough. You're docked here. Perhaps I'll see you in the wharf.
Thanks for the information, Kit. I owe you one after this.
I think we're past owing.
Aye, and it's appreciated. As long as we stay aligned, we see each other in the future. If you need a helping hand, I can say I'd be willing to offer.
Unless that hand is holding a blade to your brother's throat. I'm not sure it'll work out.
Circumstances were raised the first time and unfavorable in our condition. I can say the next time, let's just say he'll be looking down the barrel of me. With a slight smirk thrown in there. I don't tend to forgive my brother twice.
Hope not. Well, let's hope we see each other again soon. Disappears into the slums. Now, Nim, you've been sitting in this tavern for a few hours, maps sprawled out on this table, enough so that other people haven't sat near you, your fervor of tracking your clues and finding your next destination when these group of people walked in and started having a conversation about possibly heading to Huzachi. And one of them is a dead ringer for a wanted poster on a board that they're standing right next to.
Yeah, I took absolute note of that. Ooh. I think that I think Nim would probably try to listen for a bit more information before approaching, just to have a clearer picture.
So,
So that's still supposed to be on the wanted board?
no. Let me go over. I just didn't know if you guys were still reading all the wanted posters.
Oh, I read them all.
Information gathered.
I guess I could also do this. Oop. The players. To everyone. Players. Okay, so what would you guys like to do at this point?
Your
Well.
contact, sir.
Ah, yes, but it looks like I'm probably a little more popular than I used to be last I was here. He's the one over by the bar.
Well then.
Appreciated.
His name's Selketh. If you walk up and just say, got anything stronger than what's on board, he should respond.
Appreciated. Let's make yourself scarce. I would say if you get a chance to snag the posters, be appreciated to take back with us.
I'm gonna lean up against the board and try to snag them without putting too much attention on myself.
Alright, roll sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Where'd my thing go?
Also, Tarhuk and Darian roll perception.
Huh?
Ooh, perception
Eh?
chips.
Sorry,
Darian.
Desmond.
Once again, this is why
Perception, huh?
I already messed that up several times. So yeah. I see perception. My favorite. Alright.
Okay. First of all, Nim, you see this man rip his wanted poster off the wall very quickly and crumple it and put it in his jacket pocket. Tarhuk and Desmond, you both notice this individual watching you guys kind of intent, gauging.
Do I recognize the individual at all?
You don't. He's an Ortisander, so he's a desert elf, wearing kind of more practical garb than anything else for the desert heat. Tans and beiges with a glowing green crystal in one of his shoulders. Short black hair with a braid. Looks skilled in some sort, and he's sitting at a table covered in maps.
Any interesting maps on there?
You'd have to get close.
And does Truk notice where his gaze is upon? Is it an entire group as a whole, or is there anyone particular?
In that moment, it's on Desmond, most likely, as he's the one on the wanted poster and also ripping it off the board.
I'm also going to give a slight smirk whenever I see him do it.
Okay.
It seems like you have an admirer, Desmond.
When you're this good looking, you tend to have a few of those. One day you'll grow into your looks, Taruk.
One day. But for now, it's for you to enjoy. And for me to just laugh.
So, are you gonna do anything to the gays, or are you going to let him just look?
Are you gonna do anything to the gays, Desmond?
Yeah, you're doing it to the gays.
Are you doing anything to the gays, Desmond?
Yeah, are you
No,
going
I'm not
to?
doing anything to the gays.
Damn.
It's free to look at people, Taruk. Though I would charge if I could. Though if he keeps staring holes into
Desmond
me,
would charge the gays if he could.
oh, I would.
If he could.
If he could, that's the issue. If he could.
Problem
Also
is,
very-
none of them are willing to pay.
Damn it.
Unfortunately.
All right. Azric, you approach the bar.
Oh, sir? Just wondering if you happen to have anything stronger than what's on the menu.
The board.
The board.
It depends on how strong you need your problems to be.
I'd say fairly moderate. A little bit of a new name where it might not need to be.
You're trying to annul a marriage contract.
Marriage with a ship, maybe.
So you're looking for papers then?
Hey.
Are you looking for real ones or just the kind that will survive an inspection?
I wish I could get real ones, but whatever's available and easy, depending on the cost and how quickly it can be done.
I can give you the information you're searching for, but you'll have to pay a tribute first.
Cost?
Now, doors don't open for free.
And most stores that don't open for free are willing to say what the cost is.
Think of us like a religious order. We're open to donations.
Open to donations. So, like a religious order, open to donations, as you say. Does it mean that when I pay more, the gods favor me more?
Most definitely.
I'm gonna definitely kind of close-handed over the top of it as I slide it across to make sure that, like, other people won't really be able to see. I'm gonna slide him 20 gold.
Well, you can get some pretty good documentation of the sort that you are hoping to procure from a man named Razi. He's a pretty prolific forger operating out of a bathhouse ledger room. He happens to specialize in registries and ownership logs and trade permits. So, he sells clean work, but keep in mind, he'll sell it twice if the price is right. So make sure you pay what it's worth to only sell once.
Where can I find this Razi? Or this bathhouse, as that you speak of?
He gives you directions to get to the building that Razi works at. It's kind of confusing because there's a lot of switchbacks in the alleys, but given the directions and how he kind of plots it out on a piece of parchment, it's crude but serviceable to find your way there.
Appreciated. Could I ask about a different form of wares?
You can ask about whatever you wish to, friend. I mean, your piety has shown quite amount of favor on you.
What if I'm looking for a, particular person to disappear from the dock? And I don't exactly want him dead, I just don't want him there when I get there.
I mean, I know a few individuals who specialize in rodent removal.
He's a big rodent.
I mean, no matter the size, they can get rid of the infestation. I'll just put
Pay
it that
you
way.
directly, or would I be being sent to somebody else?
Is it just one rodent you wish to have removed from the premises?
I'd say just one. The other's most likely to follow. Though, if they don't, I see them as less of a problem.
And how much of a problem is this rodent going to be to remove?
Well, judging by him not following me, or the other, I don't see him as a big problem, but he does cause problems for my friend, and that I don't take lightly to.
Very well. I considered extermination cost you but just one, and because I like you so much at this point, well, we call it 10 gold.
Well done.
Very well.
Slide him 10 more gold. He's a bigger fellow. Pretty hard to miss and sane. Ringmaster, so to speak. Like I said,
Yes.
I don't want him dead. I'm afraid that would have a negative effect. I just don't want him lingering is all. If we could, give him at least a little bit of a decent excuse, maybe to look a different direction is all.
We can make it known that he needs to no longer be on the premises. For the time being.
I appreciate it.
So, any other doors you need help opening, my friend?
I guess I do just have one more. Do you know anybody who can get rid of curses?
Curses, like from some sort of ill-fated magical connection, that kind of thing.
I think it would be that. Had a friend happen to look into a cursed mirror or something. Now it's affecting all mirrors for him, so I think it's attached to him.
What do you mean it's affecting all mirrors?
Strange visions when looking into mirrors.
You try telling him not to look into the mirrors.
I have.
If that didn't work, then you might need somebody to break the curse. Things are pretty tight around here. Normally I would say you'd want to find a holy man, but those are few and far between that don't want to eagerly remove your hands.
So I take that as a no.
Probably not. Unless you're willing to make
Have a hand
journey
removed.
into the internal workings of Al-Hajjad, which are not favorable to travelers of your sort, I would say.
I appreciate the
are-
information.
You are pirates, right?
One and the same.
I mean, you have a wanted man with you? He's
So
currently
it seems.
defacing property?
So it appears.
So what I have heard of you. What is your pirate name?
Well, we happen to be the waltz-bound damned. We sail upon the Black Waltz.
Sail up on the Black Waltz. I've heard of the Black Waltz. I haven't heard of the Waltz-bound Damned. Is that a new name or what? Have you been spreading it around or?
We were workshopping the name just a bit before it stuck, so I guess I'd consider it a new name.
Well, are all the stories true then?
I think all stories have a spine of truth to them. I won't say that they're all true by any means, but nothing that I'm going to just outright correct just yet. I'd much rather people talk, even if it is all false.
I see. So a spine of truth. So I'm gonna take it as the stories aren't like accurate for what happened. I mean, they say that the Black Waltz burned down Glassfire Cove. You got a
We
witch
were there.
aboard?
We do have a witch, though we didn't burn the cove. All the way. We didn't light the fire, but we also weren't putting it out. We had, other matters to attend to.
Oh, which one of you is the, I only see 3 of you. I thought there was more. Which one of you is the painted plate of the waltz?
Ah, that is my dear friend with the ringmaster problem. Hoping to find him, though the ringmaster put a little bit too much pressure, and he was not willing to create a scene at the docks. Hoping to run back into him shortly.
No.
That's your nickname, though. I don't think I'll ever correct that one. He deserves to be remembered in that light.
Yes, they say when you find him or you see him, you better hope he's playing music, because if you don't have an instrument in his hand, he probably has a blade in your back. Is that true?
Kind of an interesting tale. I don't see him quite that striking off the hand, but I will say he's rather good at what he does.
Well, I would suggest not making as much noise here as you have in the Glassfire Cove and whatever the fuck happened to Del Feng. Who goes in and kills one of the main governmental people?
Well, if they weren't creating a problem, it would have never happened.
Oh, fair enough.
And we don't plan on creating a ruckus here in Al-Hazan. I figure you all have your own problems to deal with, and we don't look like, making them worse for anyone when it's already bad.
Oh. I will say this. Either you all are very dangerous or very stupid. Either way, I hope I can help.
You helped greatly. And, though, might be a little bit of both. As I say, this isn't the kind of life where we get second chances all the time. So, we tend to make the best of it, and sometimes those decisions are stupid.
Well, you said you had to stop in for some sort of repairs. Are you needing a shipwright of some sort?
Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, we do need a shipwright. I've got a mast badly damaged. I know that we're not going to be able to dry dock. We're not going to be able to repair the ship the way that she needs, but I do definitely need somebody that I can send to the ship to make the repairs as needed. I've got part of my entourage there currently trying to work some magic with who they're able to find on the docks, but I need a shipwright for sure.
Oh. You're on the wharf there in the slums, yes?
Hey?
Well, down the docks there's a collapsed pier, and right behind that is a bit of a keel yard. Poorly made, but operates well enough. It's run by a disgraced shipwright who they don't allow to work within the city anymore. His name's Farin. He ought to be able to help you out.
Do you have anybody here that could be a messenger boy? Get him sent over to our ship.
Yes, we could work at that. I do want to warn you. There are many pros to working with Veth'Arden. No questions asked. Cheaper prices than most legitimate docks. Pretty fast turnaround, but his repairs can be creative.
Creative.
Yeah, you know, not a sort of repairs that you would expect under normal circumstances.
Could he repair a mast to make it through the Dienso Strait?
Repair a mast to make it to the Dienso Strait. My friend, I think you need a new mast. But
We do.
if you ask Veth'Arden, he'll say he can make it happen.
Well, I feel like right now we can't really pick and choose. After all, beggars can't be choosers.
Though often they try to be. Well, I doubt anyone here in the slums gives you any trouble. But, I'd caution walking around with a wanted man. And I don't know if Desmond's trying to hide from me because he owes me money or because I owe him money. But either way, he can draw too much attention.
He just said that it's been a long time since he's seen you and he didn't quite know how to tell you that he missed you.
Okay, so it sounds like he owes me money.
I'm not sure if... let's be honest, we both know Desmond. And... do you know how much money he'd owe you?
I couldn't even fathom a guess. We worked more on a basis of favors. He'd patch somebody up on my behalf, I'd give him a bit of information that he was searching for. Eventually you lose track of who owes who what.
Well, how about we strike a deal? We take whatever he owes you off the books, even though we don't know exactly what that is, and you send a messenger over to Veth'Arden, get him to my ship, and we call it a deal.
I mean, it sounds like I don't get anything out of that deal other than...
I mean, I'd be paying you for both of these things.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, he already paid me for the information. Veth'Arden will work out price once his repairs are completed. As far as Desmond is concerned, I'm sure we'll run into each other again someday. I mean, we're both heading towards the end of our lives, but... well, neither of us are dead yet.
Alright, and the messenger?
Yeah, I'll send my runner boy over there. He'll
I
make
appreciate
it.
it.
Through the alleys faster than any of us could.
Appreciate it. Do I owe you anything else?
Nothing more than a half-hearted smile and a handshake, and then he also hands you a a very stale-looking grog. And technically, I still have to provide you a drink, otherwise this business transaction is not up to code.
I appreciate it. I'll reach out my hand for a shake as I put on the best smile Azric can muster. He's not much of a smiling man when it comes to actual smiles.
Pleasure doing business with you, and I hope we both see each other in good health in the future.
I hope to see you again as well. As I take the grog and start walking back to my crew now.
As you're walking back, Nim's gonna come out from around the table.
I'm glad
And
there was more words
approach.
after come.
Oh, he's walking towards me.
Oh, my secret admirer came by.
So I couldn't help but overhear that you guys were heading to Hizachi.
I Oh, eavesdropping's not exactly something favorable in a place like this.
This is the place you go to eavesdrop. I'm afraid to tell you. But,
That's fair.
I was wondering if you might have room for one more aboard your boat, aboard your ship.
Depends.
Some would say vessel.
Are you gonna
Vessel.
cause our ship any problems?
No, and I do have a bit of experience on ships, so I could definitely earn my keep. But I'm also heading to Hizachi.
Going to Zachi, so your accent's not just a plight. You actually are from the south, eh?
I'm from a little bit all over.
That is
Well,
Insight check.
inside
Okay.
check.
You guys roll an inside check. Nim, at the top of your character sheet, there's a whisper button. Click that, and then you can roll either persuasion or deception, whichever you feel fits best for this. But just whisper it to me specifically.
So hit the whisper, then hit the roll.
Yep. Okay. There is a mote of honesty in what he's saying, but it's definitely not anywhere near the truth.
Is there a reason why you don't want to specify where you're from?
Oh, I mean, I think everyone has a bit to keep to themselves, and I'm not particularly trying to hide things. I just feel that without knowing much about you guys, it feels a little out of place to share something so fixed in a open area, I guess I would say.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I would be the same way. I like him.
guess we can talk more once we're in a little bit more of a closed space. But if you've got experience sailing, an extra hand to get through the straits, not going to be a problem. It's actually probably preferred in our current predicaments. I do have one question though.
Yeah?
Judging by you sitting where you were, you already seen the bounty. You're not looking on making a collection, so to speak, are you?
No. Not in the slightest.
Well
What-
then, I only have a warning. Because I'm not going to gauge whether or not you're lying with that. I feel it's more right for me to be honest in this instance. If you do plan on making a collection, it will not be dealt with kindly, so to speak. So, as long as you understand that, you're welcome aboard the Black Waltz. Unless either of you two have a problem with my decision.
Yeah. I do offer insurance up front, by the way, in case you do get stabbed by Sarah before you going into her kitchen or anything else. It helps with the premium in case you need any mending up.
That sounds mighty generous of you, but I'm not so sure that that's necessary.
He doesn't know
Well,
yet.
Oh, he doesn't know.
With that, if you're not buying the insurance, I highly suggest not going into the kitchen.
Noted.
Unless you want to miss fingers or be stabbed. She's
It
very serious of her kitchen.
it is a death trap, yes.
Well, I think
Are you guys in danger?
I wouldn't call it danger.
Deep shit, yes.
We've got one more stop to make. Unless you've got business still here. If not, you can come with us.
No, this is what I came for. Nemander's gonna grab his stuff off the table.
What I come for, do. Adventure. Alright, and we're off to the bathhouse.
Okay, jumping a little bit backwards here. Darian, as you dart off from the wharf, the alleyways begin to shift around you. Tighter arteries within the slums. The press of bodies around you thins, replaced by stretches of quiet broken by the occasional voice or distant creak of hanging wooden cloth. The buildings in this area lean a bit less, not from strength, more from just how they're built and how they are built to last, settling into themselves like bones that cracked and healed long ago over and over. The wind carries different scents now, less rot and more incense, something bitter, something sweet. You pass strings of beads hanging across doorways, charms tied from bone and glass and polished stone. Small shrines sit tucked into corners, some well-maintained, others long forgotten. Sand gathering at their bases like the pity offerings no one ever remembered placing.
At some point, once it starts clearing out, I will slow my pace down a bit and try and look for someone out of the way and quiet.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
And once that's found, Darian is just going to put his back up against a wall, side down, and try his damnedest to deal with the oncoming panic attack. He probably should have, but he didn't expect the menagerie to still be here. We're looking for him, much less. And he's filled with an overwhelming feeling that he's not ready. It's not time. No, this can't be happening now. Why now? Why here? And Darian just sits on the street, out of the way. Knees tucked up against his chest. Feeling like tears want to fall, but they don't. They never do, really. But the overwhelming sense of anxiety of things coming back when he's not ready for it. He just sits on the ground, hyperventilates a little bit, pulls out the lucky rabbit's foot, just considers it in his hands for a bit. So much for luck.
You hear distant voices. People pass by the alley that you've chosen to hole up and not taking notice of you. You start to look around, you realize you don't know where you are. The buildings here, like I said, are better condition. You're not sure if you are fully in the slums anymore. Definitely don't recognize the street you are sitting just off to the side of. come to a realization that even if somebody were to see you sitting here, they wouldn't know who you are, wouldn't know them. There's this feeling of almost relief in that fact that right now you are nameless. So is everybody else around you. More passerbys walk by. One of them looks down towards you, but just keeps walking.
After taking a little bit to calm himself, collect himself, fully taken that, despite what the rest of the crew thinks, his sense of direction is pretty good. He is, however, soundly lost.
Sense of direction is good, but I'm lost.
In fairness, he was not exactly in the best headspace getting to this point. About what time is it at this point?
It is late afternoon.
Huh.
Probably around 3 or 4 o'clock. The sun's no longer at its peak in the sky. Wherever you are, it's not the busiest of areas. Kind of peeking around the corner, you see a few shop fronts and a couple tents. Peeking through, you make eye contact with a woman watching you from behind some colored glass. You hear laughter softly from somewhere unseen. A man passes by dragging a stick through the cobbled street, disturbing the settled dirt.
For a while, Darian will just sit, watch folks go by, and just stop and think. It's not the first time that he's ran away from folks at the menagerie, but typically never more than an afternoon, night at most. This all feels strange, unprecedented. Everything's felt strange and unprecedented lately, though. So,
You have this feeling like someone is watching. Tinge on the back of your neck as you're look around.
perception check. Oh. Ooh. Wait a minute. Oh, that's a natural one.
You can't quite place where the feeling is coming from, and as you kind of look around, you stand up a little bit straighter, and you get to be a little bit on edge before you hear a tapping, like on glass. And you turn around. You notice that the wall that you're standing against is in this alley, but Also, directly next to you is a door. You are now standing in front of what looks like some sort of shop window.
You said I heard a tapping. Is that
Yeah, you turn, you
From-
see a woman standing behind this glass, this window, colored much the same as the one that you saw across the way. And for a moment, it takes you a minute to kind of adjust to the contortions in the glass that kind of obscure the individual. Then you hear her speak and she goes, "Are you gonna come in or not? I don't have all day. We're gonna be closing here soon." And the voice is recognizable to you. You see a sign kind of haphazardly hanging. Anti-Essies. And that is where we'll end for tonight. Thanks for anyone who watched or listened. And we hope to see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.
Wow.
Bye.
Time to open a Valorant.